sophomore from Sumter, South Carolina, number 51.
The 2021 TIPS Champs Heart of Texas Bowl live from Commerce, Texas Memorial Stadium. A top 15 matchup between Coffeyville and Tyler, the Apaches and the Red Ravens here at Ernest Hawkins Field. Glad to have you with us alongside Steve Foster. I'm Kit McConico. And Foss, we are in for a good one today. These two teams I mentioned, both top 15. They can put some yards up.
Yeah, they can. And, you know, it's all going to go through the quarterbacks today. And for the visitors, Coffeyville, Jackson Thompson, only 3 interceptions in 8 games. And so with a guy who's been double digits of touchdown passes, you got to love what he's done all season.
And for Tyler, it's going to be their quarterback, a man who has the stats and the name.
Oh, well, listen, if he's not a Pirate, he should be. And if he's not a Pirate, he should be a commander on somebody's, armed forces. But this guy with 25 touchdowns, over 3,000 yards passing, and the greatest name in junior college football, what can we say? It's going to be a great game.
It will indeed. We will have opening kickoff between Coffeyville and Tyler when we return.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only 1/3 of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
Founded in 2002, the Welch Foundation has awarded over 100 scholarships worth over $66,000. In 2012, the Board of Directors extended its support of education with Teacher Appreciation Awards voted by the students. The Welch Foundation, leading the way and making a difference in education in Central Texas. Champs, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. Champs provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
Beautiful Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Texas A&M Commerce. Glad to have you with us. 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. We'll take a look at the keys first for the Red Ravens.
Take me home. Jackson Thompson, a Lake Highlands product. They're actually red and white as well as the Red Ravens coming back to Texas to play in this game.
Yeah, Thompson, the sophomore quarterback out of Dallas, one of our keys. And for the Apaches, making the short trip over from Smith County just to the east. What are you looking at for the Apaches?
Listen, the obscure one, but a great one. Pastor Dutchie, listen, if you got a name as General Booty, who throws the ball all over the place for over 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, keep doing what they do. Pass that Dutchie.
You're right about that. They're an offensive juggernaut. They lead the nation in passing completions to the Apaches, attempts and yards. They're also second in the nation in total defense, going up against a stiff side in Coffeyville. 6-2 regular season champs in the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference, and it should be a good one today. A very warm welcome to you wherever you may be joining us from. Glad to have you with us.
and
Kicking
kick.
off for the
other
Apaches
two
to start
keys,
the
99 red
James
balloons
Roll
and
on
safety
the Texas
dance,
Bowl,
pertain to the
number 2,
defense.
Jackson Smith.
The 99 red
Deep
balloons
for the Red Ravens, number
making
5,
it
Bryce
appear
Childress,
that
and
that
number 11,
defense is swarming,
Javier
and that
Batiste.
safety dance putting pressure on a guy like Jackson Thomason coming back to Texas.
The Apaches, Matthew O'Brien, the freshman from New Braunfels, just between Austin and San Antonio, with the opening kick. Red Ravens field it inside, and they are brought down at the 10. Great work on special teams from the Apaches. Coffeyville, well, they will start things off at their own 10-yard line, and that is where Thompson will bring his troops.
Bryce Childress on the
Good
return,
coverage
tackled
on
by
the
Gavin Forshey.
Kick
The Red Ravens will
coverage,
start
guys.
first and 10
and here's
at
the
their own
choice you have to
12-yard
make.
line.
Do you want to just go ahead and fair catch it, take the ball at the 25, or risk reward and see what you can do? As much as I enjoyed returning the kicks, take the 25-yard line and get in the hub.
Says the former Princeton Tiger, the man there, a star in the Ivy League, among other places. Thompson, the sophomore out of Lake Highlands, gives a pitch and great pursuit. The penetration from the Apaches
Dorian
defensively.
Lewis on the carry,
Leading
brought
the
down by
way
Jacob
was number
Humphrey.
44, Jacob Humphrey.
That's just which line
Loss of
wants it
one on the
more.
play.
And right here you see the
Second down,
defense
11.
just corralling a running back with the number of 20. And that kind of gives me a bad feeling. Kit, you know, so many sports things bring back memories, as you know. And I don't like to see a number 20 lose yards.
Says the man who wore number 20 for much success throughout a storied career. Makes the handoff, goes to the air, has a man complete here on the near side. Able to find a way through there. Big number 33, Trey Cutler, the fullback, all 270 pounds of the Alabama native.
Well, that was safe. You may have a chance here on third and long. But actually, check that, 3rd and 3, a manageable 3rd and 3, as there was a gain of 8 on second down.
Cutler will be the fullback, joined by Lewis, Albuquerque native in the backfield. Man in motion, Thompson under center, hands off to Lewis, met in the backfield, and he will be hit in the backfield. A loss, and that will bring up 4th down.
Good, again, pursuit by the Apaches. That play, Kit, just looked like it took too long to develop.
Dorian Lewis with the
if you look at the replay, it's not the development of the play. Again, the line of scrimmage being won by the Apaches, and they are just pushing the Red Ravens backwards and now forcing them to punt on 4th and 4.
Darryl Minor, the sophomore linebacker out of Corn, Texas, in on the stop. Red Ravens will have to punt it away. Back at their own 2. Able to get the kick away cleanly. Fair catch taken at the 39, and that is where General Booty and the Apaches of Tyler Junior College will start.
At the TJC 39.
And listen, you want a quick 3 and out if you're the Apaches. That's what they got. Very decent field position. 1 first down and pretty much puts them at a half a field at midfield. And again, the percentages just go up the closer you start to your opponent's end zone.
Booty, the 6'2", 195-pound freshman out of Allen, Texas. The storied program there, the largest enrollment of any high school in the Lone Star State. Now over 7,000, home of Kyler Murray, just to name one of many that have come out of that storied program. Booty out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. Looks to the left, and this is batted down. Able to break
General
through
Booty's
and get his hands up. Big number
incomplete.
44, Charles Perkins.
Intended for Nick Rempert, broken up by Charles Perkins.
Perkins did the
Second
right
down,
thing.
10.
If you can't get to the quarterback, those hands go up, in a lot of defensive ends now. Tall, good leverage, good length. Put your hands up in the passing lanes, and you can have good things happen right there. Tip.
Perkins, 6'4", freshman out of Westerville, Ohio, makes it 2nd and 10 after batting down that attempt. Perkins bringing pressure, incomplete on 2nd and 10, and you see Perkins again on that edge, able to get to the quarterback.
Both of these defenses, again, we didn't talk about the keys, but I said they both pertain to the defense. There's a flag on the play, Kit, so this could affect where this ball is going to be placed. But right now, the defensive lines are outplaying the offensive lines.
First flag of the ball game.
Holding. Number 15 of the defense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Defensive holding, so the Apaches will happily take the 15, and what was 3rd and 10, now 1st and 10 with a 15-yard gain.
Well, 10-yard gain on the hold. And defensive holding
at their own 49.
On the highest level was 5 yards in the first down. But here's the thing. That completely bailed out the Apaches when you had great defense by the Red Ravens.
1st and 10, TJC at their own 49. Rudy yet to complete a pass. Penalty giving them the first down. A little pitch underneath, has his man inside and able to get across. A first down picked up. Torrance Burgess, the freshman out of Pearland.
General Booty's pass complete.
Well, listen, that's a pass. It's a shuffle pass, but it counts in the stats as a pass. And so it's behind the line of scrimmage. So if you drop it, it's not a fumble, it's just an incomplete. But there's your first pass. And again, however they can do it, it seems to be highly effective for the Apaches.
And they lead the nation in completions, attempts, and yards to the Apaches. 1st and 10. Ball at the 38. Booty drops back, has a man, passes complete, and met immediately was Jeremiah Cooley, the sophomore wide receiver.
Good pitch and catch. One of those quick timing routes you want to get past the sticks and then be able to work back and create a cushion so that at least, you know, you're not a 9-yard reception. If you can get 10, stay in front of the chains, as they say, Kit. You know, a lot of people ask me, they're like, what are these, you know, little isms that you say in sports? Well, we'll explain them during this game.
We will indeed. Make sure to stick with us. Should be a fun one. Out to Burgess. Burgess with the reception. I thought he stepped out, did not. A gang of Red Raven tacklers there introducing themselves, amongst them Zaw Frazier, the freshman from Georgia.
For a gain of 7. He's tackled by Zaquan Frazier at the 20-yard line. 2nd down 3.
And sometimes once you get forward progress, there's really no need. You're not going to fighting for extra yards if the whistle hasn't blown, Kit. All it does is create an opportunity for the defense to dislodge you from the ball and turn the ball over. You don't want to make something good, then all of a sudden flip back against you because you're just trying to do too much on a play.
Good opening drive from the Apaches. See if they can come away with points. 2nd and 3 for Booty. Again, stays in the shotgun, pressure coming, has Burgess the release valve underneath, able to make one miss, and scampers down just shy of the 15.
And right there, good defense in the secondary by the Red Ravens. So find that outlet. Don't take a loss or throw it away if you can. I always would ask, you have a guy in the flats. That's me. You know, a running back is going to be sitting there for you. And somebody that can catch, at least if you don't lose yardage, it still gives you another fighting chance on the next play. You didn't lose anything on that last play. And right now, 2nd and short, 3rd and short.
Booty out of the shotgun. Again, pressure coming. Looking underneath. A little flip to Burgess. Incomplete.
Booty's pass incomplete.
Intended for Torrance Burgess.
Burgess saw that pass coming his way. Again, the penetration. And you see that defensive line from the Red Ravens getting in the face of Booty yet again.
Well, here's the deal. Right there, they're trying to do a little football judo. Letting the defense come up and try to slide that running back out on a little shuffle pass right there. They actually picked up the first down. So right now, I believe it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 inside the red zone. Apaches can strike first. Booty to the outside, passes low, incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Wallace, the freshman wide receiver from Shreveport, unable to make the catch.
Well, again, using that upfield rush against the Red Ravens. You know, they're trying to get to the quarterback, and so you tried on first down to get it to your running back. Little shuffle pass 3 yards away. There, the wide receiver screen left to right, trying to allow the defensive front to come to the quarterback and then get the blockers in front of the receiver.
Big play here, Foss, 3rd and 10. We'll see what Booty, his Apaches elect to do in this situation. As receiver here to the near side, complete, has his man, Rimpert, Rimpert a short gain, and now 4th down. We'll see if the Apaches bring out the kicking team.
Well, the difference between that 3rd down play and the first two is that was a completion. If General Booty completes those first 2 attempts, probably would have picked up the 1st down, because you could have gotten one without having to get in the end zone. But now it looks like a 26-yard field goal. 27-yard field goal.
It'll be O'Brien, the freshman out of New Braunfels. The left footer splits the uprights, and it's the Apaches who strike first. Tyler on top, 3-0, early goings here in the Heart of Texas Bowl.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only a third of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
Founded in 2002, the Welch Foundation has awarded over 100 scholarships worth over $66,000. In 2012, the Board of Directors extended its support of education with Teacher Appreciation Awards voted by the students. The Welch Foundation, leading the way and making a difference in education in Central Texas. CHAMPS, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. CHAMPS provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
TIPS, the interlocal purchasing system, is efficient, effective, and economical. Purchasing is a necessary activity for any business or organization. TIPS provides a proven process to eliminate purchasing-related stress for governmental entities and provides a simplified purchasing experience for school districts and vendors. Contact TIPS. Let them simplify your life. www.tips-usa.com.
Tyler able to force a 3-and-out on the Red Ravens' first possession, and then a field goal for the Apaches, putting them up 3-0 here early stages of the 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl, live from Memorial Stadium in Commerce, Texas. Glad to have you with us alongside Steve Foster. I'm Kit McConico. And Foss, well, the Apaches flexing their muscle defensively, coming away with points.
The Red Ravens will start first
now
and
we'll
10
see what that offense for Jackson Thompson and the Red Ravens can get going here in their second possession.
Yes, and they certainly don't want to have this be a catch-up situation. That certainly one would spoil the homecoming for Jackson Thompson, number 4, the quarterback for Coffeyville, Lake Highlands.
I like it that anytime a Texan comes home, we say it's a homecoming. Right. For you, if you were in Tyler, we would have said that was a homecoming. Considering you're from El Paso, it would have been easier and closer for you to go to Los Angeles, but you're still back in the great state, so it's still a homecoming.
Exactly correct.
1st and 10 from the 25 for Thompson and the Red Ravens. Empty backfield, looking underneath, man covered, and just too far in front of his intended target. He had a man, but overthrew Schnackenberg.
Andrew Schnackenberg, incomplete.
It's a good route.
2nd down and 10.
And that's just getting, your accuracy and really making the throws count. But good upfront protection by the Red Ravens for Thomason. Maybe he's a little, coming home and just wanted to make a good throw, but that one sailed away. At least no one from the other team caught it.
Exactly. Mentioned certainly has some friends and family. He's 49% completion percentage for the former Lake Highlands man. Is this ball on the turf, but there were already flags coming in, and we will see. Tyler came up with it, That ball coming out of the
Dorian
hands.
Lewis on the carry, brought down by Kobe Savage at the 32-yard line.
We will have to see our officials will come together to confer.
And as you say that, I already got a message from one of my high school teammates that his son is one of the officials in this game. So we'll listen to the referee now.
Holding. Number 54 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So holding going against the Red Ravens. Take another look. Morgan, the ball carrier.
And as you see at the end of the run, you try too hard, that ball gets dislodged. You know, that officiating crew could have also said that there could have been a change of possession as well. So you just,
after the penalty,
you got to be careful, kid. You always 5 points of protection on the football, and you got to stay wrapped up around it until the whistle blows.
Shaw, the man, whistled with the penalty, brings up 2nd and 20. Thompson has a man off the fingertips. He knew where he wanted to go with it again. Was looking for the freshman tight end Schnackenberg, but the Arkansas City, Kansas man just couldn't come up with it.
I tell you, it's a good route, the seam route, just straight up the field and try to get a free release from the line of scrimmage. And right there, that one is just a touch pass. You got to feel it. You got a big target, and you don't want to throw it behind him or short, because now you got linebackers that are, you know, looming. That was a good route. The pass just has to connect. And 2 times here, we've seen near misses that could have been big gains for the Red Ravens.
It's up 3rd and long. Empty backfield. Pressure coming. Thompson able to elude it underneath to his safety valve and able to get through one. Could not get through a second. Torrance Farmer brought down after a short gain.
And right there, scrambling. Thompson makes a good pass there just to escape a lot of rush that was coming from his left to right, but not nearly enough. And the punting unit coming out again. 2 punts here in the first quarter for the Red Ravens.
Red Bridges, sophomore defensive lineman out of Mansfield, just south of Dallas, applying the pressure that time for the Apaches. And they look like they may bring pressure here. They will, able to get the punt off. Fair caught at the 39. So another good punt. TJC back into business and looking to add to this early lead.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only 1/3 of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
CHAMPS, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. CHAMPS provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
TIPS, the interlocal purchasing system, is efficient, effective, and economical. Purchasing is a necessary activity for any business or organization. TIPS provides a proven process to eliminate purchasing-related stress for governmental entities and provides a simplified purchasing experience for school districts and vendors. Contact TIPS. Let them simplify your life. www.tips-usa.com.
Welcome back. 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl here on the campus of A&M Commerce, home of the Lions. Memorial Stadium, and glad to have you with us. Matchup between two of the top teams, a top 15 matchup, and right now it is the Apaches out of Tyler Junior College on top. Their defense has really been showing its muscle.
Yeah, especially that front, and that's where you get the push and this disruption.
Booty disrupted on cue, forced out of the pocket, unable to find his target, and lucky that one was not intercepted by Zach Frazier, the big 6'4" freshman defensive back out of Cedartown, Georgia.
By Zaquan
we've done this
Frazier,
enough times,
down,
kid.
10.
When the disruption and the timing is off, there's not much you can do, especially on a pass play. Either look to run for cover, pick up what you can, throw the ball safely away, but you're not really getting what you want out of that pass play is to set your feet in a good way and throw the ball downfield.
Up 2nd and 10 for Booty and the Apaches. Takes to the air, has a man, able to hold on, a big hit, and it is going to be complete, finding his target into the hands of Paschal, Jalen Paschal, the Texarkana product.
Once you can get back, you can set and throw and step into your pass, you see the difference in the result. It's not magic. There's no secret sauce on that. It's just the ability to find the time to do the technique the right way and have the ability to see downfield. In fact, your eyes help you catch the ball more so than your hands because you got to see it. And this came from the great All-Pro Jeff Blake. It's his birthday today, too.
Happy birthday to Jeff Blake. Impressive career, and certainly what a job he's been able to do. Impressive out and able to find a target again. Paschal, his 2nd completion in a row. Number 16 for the Apaches, starting to heat up.
Booty's pass complete to Jalen Paschal.
The snap was a little high there, kid. But, again, it didn't disrupt the timing. So when you don't have a disruption, you still can look downfield and find a receiver open and another 1st and 10, or actually 2nd and short.
A lot better protection we've seen from the big men up front. Offensive line starting to settle in for the Apaches here in this drive. 2nd and 1. Apaches looking to add to this early lead. Again to the air and complete again. Cooley. Enough for the 1st down.
And you can see General Booty, when he has time to set and throw, he's on target, tight spiral. And the great thing is his vision is finding his receivers. And when his receivers are coming out of that break, they use their eyes to find the ball, and then the hands go to the ball from there.
Averages just over 8 yards a completion does Booty. Mentioned over 3,100 yards on the season, 25 touchdowns, 11 INTs, but completes better than 61% of his passes. And when the protection is there, chances are he's going to come up with a completion.
Thank you, Johnny Mathis.
To the outside, another completion met immediately. Xavier Benson, another Texarkana product, with the catch. Excuse me, that was
pass complete to
Kelly Akari,
for 5 yards.
the sophomore out of Irving, with the catch.
Zaquan Frazier on the tackle. 2nd
Different
down,
city, same state, though.
Difference is Mr. Benson is 6'3", and Mr. Akari there a few inches shorter, 6 feet.
Still went up and made the catch, and again, help your quarterback out and approaching the red zone.
2nd and 5, and getting into very manageable situations are the Apaches. 2nd and short, 3rd and short. Booty again has a man all through the fingertips of Cooley, and that is what Jeremiah Cooley would like to have again.
He saw a defender closing in, and you know what they tell you. You might as well catch it because you're going to get hit. And right there, a good route, great on-time pass. But again, if you take your eyes off the ball, the hands usually don't correspond. You can make a one-handed catch, but the one-handed catch, your eyes are still looking at that hand. When you take your eyes off the hands and off the ball in the hand, it's tougher, much tougher. I'd rather see it and do it with one hand than not with two.
Cooley that time one eye on Collins, who's coming in to make the tackle. That was enough to incomplete. Direct snap through to Burgess. Lawrence Burgess sneaking through.
Literally. And, you know, you talk about size. Well, that diminutive one, as they say, number 6 in black.
Direct snap.
And, you know,
by Tyler Mullins at the 17-yard
gets
line
more than enough
First and 10,
almost
Apaches.
doubles what was needed for third down. 3rd and 5, he gets 9. And the Pearland product having success right up the middle. You were looking at the quarterback. Well, by the time you figured out it was direct snap, 5 yards, and then the dive for 3 or 4 more.
Burgess listed at 5'7". You don't have to be big. We've seen Darren Sproles and more recently Deuce Vaughn there at Kansas State getting it done. Burgess, little flare pass out of the backfield, but quickly wrapped up.
Again, good pass. Listen, I like 4 or more yards on first down, however you can get them. And so right there,
make that the 12-yard line. Gain of 5, second down and 5.
You're ahead of schedule. And then it allows the play calling to be much more flexible when you have 2nd and 6 or less.
A sustained drive here from the Apaches, continuing to march now inside the red zone and taking a time off the clock. Dominating the time of possession is TJC thus far. 2nd and 5 for Booty and the men in black. Again, Booty underneath, has a man complete to Rimpert, and met immediately. In on the tackle was Tyler Mullins.
Oh no, and I think this is bad for the Apaches.
Booty's pass is
He's done something that I have done
tackled by Tyler Mullins
and gotten away with it, which is hand the ball or toss the ball to your opponent after the play. But I think this is not going to get unnoticed.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 of the offense. 15-yard penalty.
Nick Rimpert, sophomore out of Batavia, Illinois. Take another look.
And right here, there's you got pushed, but it's always the second guy. And there was a push by the defender before the receiver got up, but he didn't throw the ball. And right there, that's a costly penalty of 15 yards. When you're inside the red zone, now you're out.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd down, 16.
And 3rd and 16, I mean, Kit, that just changes the complete dynamic of what the Apaches were looking at, as they were pretty much going to have a much easier attempt to score. But who knows?
I'm still trying to get over the fact that you admitted that you've done that and maybe you've done something wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Booty, flush, 3rd and 16, has a man downfield. This one almost intercepted, and Booty, lucky it wasn't, is off. Frazier coming in late, but couldn't come away with the INT.
So that unsportsmanlike is big, because not only did it cost 15, that's the first one on that player. One more and you're out. Disqualified.
Booty rolling away, looking.
Even rolling towards the receiver. Most people don't have the arm strength to throw that out if your last name is not Elway.
Matthew O'Brien on for a 40-yard field goal.
It's amazing the closing speed that.
O'Brien with a 40-yard attempt. And he has it, 6-0. TJC on top, a pair of field goals from Matthew O'Brien.
Remaining in the first quarter. Apaches 6, Red Ravens 0.
And what a huge penalty that was, Foss, as you said. TJC inside the red zone. They were marching, and then all of a sudden 15 yards. It puts them out. They have to settle for a field goal in what could have been a touchdown, just 3.
Good to get points, but here's the difference. 7 would mean it's a 2-score game. Field goal means it's just a 1-score game, which actually benefits the Red Ravens. They won because they get 1 play, maybe they go to the house, and they're kicking an extra point to go up by 1 instead of still down by 3.
Right you are, my friend. You got to look there at the TJC band. We will see them and the Apache Bell drill team coming up at halftime, so make sure to stay tuned for that.
Matthew O'Brien.
Glad to have you with us here. The Heart of Texas Bowl.
And Kit, shout out to field judge C.M. Fowler, son of my center, my all-district and all-city center, Mike Fowler. Always took care of me.
Former Eastwood Troopers.
Absolutely.
There. Pride of El Paso. Congratulations to your alma mater there. Tell me winning the area round for the first time. A very impressive year for them. They ultimately ended up falling to a very good Prosper team in the last round, as we are now in the midst of the Texas high school football playoffs.
It's great to see high school, junior college, college championships going on today. Tomorrow, the NFL Colts at Texans. So the whole state is playing from, student athletes all the way up to professionals. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a great time to be a football fan. You are right about that. Red Ravens still trying to get the offense in gear. They have not been able to get much going. Has Thompson in his side. And completed here up across the 40. That should be enough for the first down, and that is exactly what Coffeyville needed, and very wise there. You see Terrence McClain, the offensive lineman, he is pulling the receiver away. Not want to have any fouls after the play.
No, and that's an opportunity there for a receiver who had really a free release to run a nice little slant route to pick up a first down there. And Thomason didn't have that rush in his face. He could set his feet as well and be accurate with the throw.
Reception from Chris Bellamy, a North Forney product. Another Texan back at home. The pitch outside into the hands of Farmer. Farmer, the big freshman running back from Arkansas, sent out.
Back in the day, Forney only had one high school. The Jackrabbits were their mascot. Good friend again around the state. If you're engaged in this sport, you're going to find these folks from all these towns. Now the growth in our state of Texas is certainly produced more high schools.
Also, there was a day when Frisco only had one high school. Now they have an entire district of Frisco high schools. Katy the same way there, just outside of Houston. 2nd and 9. Thompson takes to the air, has a man going downfield, and just overshot Chris Bellamy, who had a step on the defensive back.
So this is a good game. You have quality players coming from all over the country. Clearly, Texas with Tyler Junior College definitely going to have some hometown folks. But as mentioned, Coffeyville having a Lake Highlands quarterback as their signal caller.
Timeout.
Timeout, 2:42 remaining in the first. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Red Ravens.
Westerville, Ohio, you mentioned. They have North and South. How do I know? A college teammate from Westerville South. It's great to hear because it warms me up, man. Sports and being able to play this game, which I believe is the ultimate team game, brings relationships throughout the country, and that's one of the things that I love about having this competition.
Brings people together. It transcends every boundary, and sacked. Oh my, coming through and bringing it. Daryl Minor, the sophomore linebacker out of Corinth, untouched and introducing himself to Thompson.
Loss of 11 on the play. Daryl Minor.
That's just rude. And that's North Texas versus North Texas right there. They may go to school in different states, but oh my goodness. 6 + 4 did not equal 10 on that play.
No one picking up Minor. Minor with the sack, a loss of 11, and that will force another punt. The 3rd in a row for the Red Ravens, and that offense yet to find its footing.
Got to win up front.
Battle of the trenches right now, belonging to the Apaches. Fair caught at the 25 by Caleb Forrest.
Forrest on the fair catch at the 25-yard line. 45
right now, the battle of the trenches,
at
least when it comes to the Red Ravens offensive line and the Apaches defensive line, it is being dominated by the men in black.
Absolutely. And if we want to switch to movies, we can do that. But you're absolutely right. The Tyler Apaches, Junior College Apaches, they recognize the importance of winning the line of scrimmage. And that's why, when I gave the shout out to my starting center, Mike Fowler, making all those line calls and being there and moving the defensive front, made it easy. Hey, helped me get a scholarship, paid for my education. Love the guy.
Offensive line, or running back's best friend, and a quarterback to the air looking for Cooley off his fingertips. Jeremiah Cooley, had he come up with that one, he would have been in for a touchdown.
He would have been running from Commerce still to Texarkana. He would have.
Sophomore, he could have run all the way home to Big Spring if he would have come up with this one.
And you know what happens here? He sees the ball correctly, but his hands when the ball is above your waist like that, it's pinkies is what they say. He had one pinky and one thumb trying to catch the ball kind of not traditionally. So that untraditional look cost him a catch.
Maybe a touchdown as well. Handoff to Burgess, nowhere to go. Tried to juke inside and met by a wall of Red Ravens.
Well, that's that second key, the 99 red balloons. And right when that defensive front swarms like that, it feels like there's much more than 11. And Burgess felt that on second down.
Reese Collier, first-team all-conference linebacker out of Oklahoma City, coming in there to clean things up.
6 white jerseys, kid.
Jordan Crawford with the initial penetration. And Foss, you said it. If you're getting 6 men to the ball.
Yeah, it's not much of a pleasant meeting for a rusher. And you're not going to pick up a lot of yards.
3rd and 10. The Apaches going with an empty backfield. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Booty dropping back, goes to the top. Has a man through the fingertips of Kelly Akari. Sophomore, just all he can do is shake his head.
2 drops there that could have really provided the Apaches with the momentum. I think they've grabbed it, but they haven't taken advantage of that fact. And again, it's only a 1-score game.
For Coffeyville, that's great news. Right. All the opportunities that the Apaches have had, they have not been able to take advantage. And it is just a 1-score game. Plenty of time remaining.
Right.
Bernian Scott back to receive the punt. It will take Red Ravens bounce, and we will see, and they will spot this one at the 43. So best starting field position of the ball game for Coffeyville.
And again, if I'm Coffeyville, I can stay relaxed. You don't have to change your game plan. And now, with a shorter field, as you mentioned, the best field position starting at their own 43, Thomason's going to get an opportunity here now to possibly get some points on the board right before this quarter ends.
Dorian Lewis in the backfield. The freshman is 2nd on the team, 285 yards. Averages just over 4 yards a carry. See if they give it to him on 1st and 10. And indeed they will, and able to sneak through. He eluded the first, making something out of nothing, did number 20.
Just nowhere to run. I mean, these defensive lines are just taking in A, B, and C gap. A gap between the center and the guard, B gap between the guard and the tackle, C gap between the tackle and that tight end, and there's really nothing going on.
Brett Bridges with the penetration leading the Apaches as that will bring the first quarter to a close. TJC on top of Coffeyville 6-0.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org. Founded in 2002, the Welch Foundation has awarded over 100 scholarships worth over $66,000. In 2012, the Board of Directors extended its support of education with Teacher Appreciation Awards voted by the students. The Welch Foundation, leading the way and making a difference in education in Central Texas. CHAMPS, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. CHAMPS provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
TIPS, the interlocal purchasing system, is efficient, effective, and economical. Purchasing is a necessary activity for any business or organization. TIPS provides a proven process to eliminate purchasing-related stress for governmental entities and provides a simplified purchasing experience for school districts and vendors. Contact TIPS. Let them simplify your life. www.tips-usa.com.
Start of quarter number 2, 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl here at A&M Commerce, home of the Lions, Ernest Hawkins Field, and very glad to have you with us. This is a top 15 matchup between the Red Ravens of Coffeyville Community College out of Kansas, the Apaches of Tyler Junior College from here in the Lone Star State, alongside star running back for the Princeton Tigers and the Eastwood Troopers, among a few sides that he has donned a uniform for, Steve Foster. Boss, the first quarter, you and I talking about this during the break as Lewis has wrapped up a loss. First to him that time, Jalen Shelton.
Dorian Lewis on the carry, brought down.
Shelton, the sophomore out of West Russ, there from New London, Texas, just to the east of Tyler. Good penetration.
Looked like they were there as soon as the handoff occurred. Again, your offense isn't going to get much going without winning the line of scrimmage. You just have to give time for the development of a play. You can't get downfield, or to get the block so you have those running lanes.
You want to talk about positive yards on first and second down, getting into those manageable second and third situations. Not the case. Thompson flushed out. Thompson just lost his footing. It may have been the best situation there as Linton was
Jackson
bearing
Thompson
down on him.
One on the play, pressured by Khalil Guillaume. Fourth down, 11.
Brings up fourth, and the Red Ravens will have to punt it away yet again.
But just look at no time, no opportunity to really set up a play, and you're doing a scramble drill, which effectively means your quarterback is either going left or right, and the receivers are just trying to find an open space to give that quarterback an opportunity to, basically throw a dart to a spot. It's not happening.
Forrest back to return. Fair caught at the 11 from the former Hutto Hippo. They're in Central Texas, just to the northeast of Austin. But for everything the defense for the Apaches has done, there have been some miscues offensively. There have been some opportunities, some drop passes, particularly on that last drive.
Right.
And if you're a TJC fan, you've got to be saying here, we should be up maybe 14-0 at this point.
Right. And again, it is about execution. You can have all the play calls you want, but if you can't execute them, you're going to have a low score like we do. 2 field goals so far here early in the second.
First possession of the second quarter for the Apaches offense. Underneath, able to find Forrest, who's quickly sent out of bounds, but a good gain on first down, and as we said, puts you in second manageable.
Yeah, it gives the play caller more options so that the defense doesn't say, oh, there's only 2 things you can do right here. You give them 3 things to think about on a play, and you've got the athletes, and you find the matchup against your opponent. That's how you can win all the way down the field.
They're just going to call that a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 for TJC. Forrest in the slot to the bottom of your screen. Again goes to Forrest. Forrest with the reception, reaching forward. We will see where they mark him, but it looked like he stepped out shy of that first down marker.
Now, 2nd down, and
Booty's pass complete to Forrest. He's pushed out by Willie Jordan
8
at the 19-yard line, gain of 5. 3rd down, 3.
So 3rd and manageable. They didn't give the upfield momentum after the catch.
Willie Jordan, the sophomore out of South Carolina, coming in, doing a good job closing down Forrest before he could pick up the first down. Shift on the defensive line, 3rd and 3. Booty looking for Forrest again, has it, and the first down. Forrest, 3 completions in a row for the former Hutto man, and first down, and moves the sticks for the Apaches.
The Red Ravens are given enough cushion. You don't have to get greedy. As we say in Texas, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. If they can give you what it takes to get past the sticks, push that defender back so you have a cushion, and then work back towards the ball. But you're going to make the catch beyond the sticks. That moves the chains.
1st and 10, Booty with some breathing room. Now on the other side of the 20. Has a man complete, and tackled immediately was Rempert after a short gain.
Good open field tackle. Not much you can do when the ball is thrown towards the boundary and your back's to your defender, because that defender's got the leverage inside out, and it's just going to make, a solid tackle on the receiver.
Trayvon Stacker, the sophomore linebacker from New Orleans, with the open field tackle there.
And again, General Booty, throw the ball downfield. It's not about the pass and the release. Got to catch it.
Again, has his man. Sorry, with the reception. But right now, as you so correctly saw, the cushion that the secondary from the Red Ravens is giving the Apaches. The Apaches taking full advantage, picking up 3-4 yards at a time. No reason to go for 30 or 40.
3-4-3 gets 10.
3rd down, 4.
3-5-4 again. And it moves the chains, and it keeps you ahead in downs. Now 3rd and 5. This one is a 50-50 down, but still.
Backfield for Booty, but a timeout taken by Coffeyville.
Timeout.
Red Ravens defense want to talk things over. 3rd and 5 coming up, and see what their defensive coordinator, Nick Dobler, what he can dial up for Red Ravens. As we said, very impressive year for the number 11th ranked team. 6-2 regular season champions in the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. They fell in that first round of the conference playoffs. They fell to Butler. That was a 48-7 victory for Butler. And
Butler Community College, unbelievable track team as well. Very good athletics.
I remember they made the trip to the Texas Relays a few times. Some impressive athletes coming out of there.
You saw them with me, huh? Exactly.
Old enough to remember the Santa Monica track team when Carl Lewis and Leroy Burrell would show up to show people how it's done. Now the head coach and assistant coach of the University of Houston track team. Not a bad coaching staff there for the Cougars.
They did that Olympic thing, I think, as well.
I think they won a few things, if I'm not mistaken. The question is, what has Carl Lewis not won? As Booty takes to the air, has a man, and he just lost it. He was looking for Rempert. Rempert got turned around.
Now that's more the pattern, and the pass should have been thrown either outside more, or the route should have been run. You have your receiver looking inside, that ball's thrown outside. So either somebody said this was an even number route or an odd. They didn't get at the top of the route which way it was either in or out. That should have been properly executed.
They're going to punting this away, and Red Ravens will have possession coming up, in good field position for Coffeyville. Stick with us.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only a third of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College. you're ready for this.
Founded in 2002, the Welch Foundation has awarded over 100 scholarships worth over $66,000. In 2012, the Board of Directors extended its support of education with Teacher Appreciation Awards voted by the students. The Welch Foundation, leading the way and making a difference in education in Central Texas.
TIPS, the interlocal purchasing system, is efficient, effective, and economical. Purchasing is a necessary activity for any business or organization. TIPS provides a proven process to eliminate purchasing-related stress for governmental entities and provides a simplified purchasing experience for school districts and vendors. Contact TIPS. Let them simplify your life. www.tips-usa.com.
Heart of Texas Bowl here in Commerce. Red Ravens of Coffeyville, their best starting field position of the game, and trying to get that running game going, and to no effect right there, right into the outstretched arms of the defensive lineman Michael Nobusi. Number 50 saw that one coming a mile away.
Yeah, and there's just nothing you can do if you're the rusher of the football. You know, there's no running lane for you. You're getting greeted by a defensive lineman, and he's like, come on. You can't even run laterally to miss him because the intent was already taken of going through that left side of the line, and right there you have a defender that's already beaten his man by the time you receive the football.
Thompson trying to get something going. No gain on first, brings up 2nd and 10. A little pitch to the outside, trying to find a way through and weaving his way through. Farmer picks up a few, but the pursuit there again, and it's not just that first wave. It's not just the front seven. You see the secondary coming into the box as well.
And the secondary should be, you know, if they play assignment football, you can't come up until you see that ball cross the line of scrimmage. But once that happens, you got 4 guys coming like missiles, and you really have to protect yourself because there's nothing worse than getting cracked by a free safety with a 15-yard run.
See the big men up front there. Torrey Phillips, freshman from Texarkana, all 6'5", 310 pounds. Big men for the Apaches on that defensive line. Thompson, plenty of time, able to find his target, complete for the first down, and Bellamy with the reception, and we will see if that gets Coffeyville's offense in gear.
Pass complete to Chris Bellamy. He's touched down by Justice Clemens.
Hey, get your body underneath that ball. Make sure that there's no doubt that you made the catch.
Gain of 12 on the play. 1st and 10. Red
Moving
Ravens.
change now. Look, you're right. Red Ravens getting the end zone. It's all square right there, and with the point after touchdown, they could be ahead.
Time possession firmly on the side of TJC, but that doesn't matter at this point. Able to break free and picks up a few as Lewis. And a late flag comes in, and we'll see if that's against the Apaches, as immediately Daryl Miner trying to plead his case to one of the officials.
There's a flag on the play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90 of the defense, 15-yard penalty.
Second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty kit that can severely change the look of this game. And this is a fairly decent play by the Apaches, and these are dead ball fouls. The other thing is, one more by that player, and you're disqualified.
That was against Torrey Phillips.
The other thing is,
tackle, not a man you want to lose.
Red Ravens now knocking on the door of the red zone.
All of a sudden, a touchdown and an extra point, and Coffeyville's ahead outside. A beautiful pass, finding the target perfectly. Corterius Wilson, the sophomore from Memphis, his first target comes with his first reception.
Yeah, nice little one-on-one route. Beats the defender to the outside, picks up great yardage on 1st down.
Belton coming in to make the tackle, but second and short now. Coffeyville's offense starting to get things going. And as you know, playing quarterback, so much of it is confidence. And Thompson, he just didn't have that early on. Every time he was looking up.
No time to be confident.
Exactly. Now that offensive line giving him some time to drop back, giving him the protection needed to come away with some accurate throws. Lewis bounces it. Lewis and tripped up and had to be, or Lewis may have been headed. Linton comes in with the shoestring tackle.
Like Lewis is trying to get a little giddy up to the outside. Bounce that ball out is what it's called. You go in, you look to see if you can get upfield. You cannot, and you try to bounce this thing outside and get some type of outside leverage as the rusher. But a good, as you mentioned, open field tackle, saving that.
3rd and 1, handoff to the big fullback who has it, and then some, just short of the line is Trey Cutler. Cutler needed 1, and he picks up 13.
Great inside move, and right there the push was, even if it was neutral, it gave a running lane to a back that had leverage, downfield leverage, low center of gravity, and big to bring down.
Butler out of Autauga Academy there in Prattville, Alabama, 270 pounds, not easy to bring down. They will give it to Cutler again, but this time nowhere to go. Good penetration from the Apaches.
That was a stop dead in the tracks, and right there you get the penetration, as you mentioned, up front, and a great push.
Brought down by Matt Mitchell and Jacob Humphrey.
Jacob Humphrey, the defensive tackle out of Lake Charles, leading the way.
Right now, I'd want to move this defense around. Either give them one direction, go back the next, play action, make them think so that you can get your guys open to a spot to catch a ball in the end zone.
Childress, the man in motion. Thompson rolling out, looking for Childress, and a flag comes in late as this is incomplete. And Thompson, really all he could do was throw it away. Pressure bearing down. You will see the flag.
Yeah, that's what's really been making the difference in you know, the ability to put the points on the board, because if this moves the Red Ravens back, you know, they're close now.
Holding, number 54 of the offense.
A big holding penalty going against Coffeyville. Terrence Shaw, the offender, the freshman out of Clearwater, Florida. That is a massive penalty. You're inside the 10, and now all of a sudden,
you're in the you're at 1st and goal from the 2, and now you're back to the 12.
Timeout, Tyler. Their first of the half.
Apaches taking their first time out of the half. 5:54 remaining. 5:45, I should say, remaining here in the first half. But what a huge turn that is. And we saw that earlier.
Yes.
And this is the exact same situation. You're inside the red zone. You're inside the 10.
Right. Well, this time you're inside the 5.
And you're backing yourself up.
10 yards.
Tips is an asset.
On a hold. It's not worth the hold. You know, where you really see it is in the return game, when you talk about a guy runs 60 yards, but then you see the flag back at the 30, and you're like, oh my God, we got to come all the way back from their 20 to our 30, and then they walk off the penalty because there was a block in the back or this. Well, here you had two offenses inside the 10, inside the 5, and then because of a call, you've now backed yourself out of a very favorable, not only favorable, but you can almost call any play from the 2 if you have even matchup to get those 6 feet. Now you've got 12 yards. It's a completely different field.
2nd and goal from the 12 for Coffeyville. What a big penalty that was. Underneath, has a man and makes the catch. Touchdown, Red Ravens. Andrew Schnackenberg, the freshman, tied in with a huge grab, and all of a sudden the Red Ravens with an opportunity to take the lead.
Same seam route, meaning the tight end just running straight up the field. It's usually on the hash marks of what you can see, gets a clean release, and then you have to have a defensive secondary guy or, strong safety, and it's just a mismatch. You got a guy who's 6'5" going against a guy who's about 5'10", 5'11", who doesn't have nearly the size, and right there Jackson Thomason throws a dart for a touchdown.
Beautiful throw. The snap is low, but able to get it up. And the PAT is good. Red Ravens on top, 7-6. 5:39 remaining in the second quarter.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only a third of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
Founded in 2002, the Welch Foundation has awarded over 100 scholarships worth over $66,000. In 2012, the Board of Directors extended its support of education with Teacher Appreciation Awards voted by the students. The Welch Foundation, leading the way and making a difference in education in Central Texas. CHAMPS, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. CHAMPS provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
Red Ravens taking the lead. A completion on the touchdown to Andrew Schnackenberg, the freshman tight end, with a big grab. And all of a sudden, what was, at least statistically, a game dominated by the Apaches.
Right.
Well, you look at it, it's Coffeyville with the lead.
The script has been flipped because you traded field goals for touchdowns. And a touchdown is 2 and some change more than a field goal. It was great that the Apaches moved the ball, but they didn't get the ball to pay dirt. They went and split the uprights, and now they're down 1.
Settled for a pair of field goals. It did at TJC. Coffeyville 3 drives coming up with nothing offensively, and then all of a sudden Thompson started to get it in gear. And you got to give the offensive line credit. As they were giving him time, he could step back. He had the protection. He was confident. This is picked up inside the 10 by Forrest. Forrest nowhere to go and brought down just shy of the 25. Now we'll see what the response is from General Booty and Tyler.
Yes. And right now, you really want to respond because you can take advantage of the fact that you also get the ball starting the second half. So if you can get some points, now a field goal I'll accept because you go ahead, but then when you come out of the locker room at half, you do need to find pay dirt and get 7.
The Apaches, they can go on a drive here, take some time off the clock, maybe retake the lead with that field goals you mentioned and not give Coffeyville any time. They'd be more than happy to go in to half with that advantage, even if it's only by 2. Booty again to the air, and this one, little miscommunication between he and his intended wide receiver, Akari. Unable to get back to it in time to make the completion.
Well, right there you saw General Booty throw the ball wide of his target. Wants to throw it just a little more upfield. It's the receiver's job to push the defender back. Then it's the quarterback's job to then find that kind of V, no matter how narrow that space may be, to throw the ball so the receiver can work back to it.
Get the snap off in time. Booty, pressure coming underneath, finds his man, nowhere to go, and that pass picked off the shoestrings by Jordan Wallace.
Well, the problem becomes, as you know, in high school and college, you can't get back up if you're not touched and advance the ball. So you're effectively down by contact. And that's a safety rule, just as targeting, which drives me crazy, Kit. I don't understand that one completely, because it's subjective, even though the rule is in black and white.
You're preaching to the choir, my friend.
Okay.
No arguments here. You and I have watched enough football that you're sitting there going, how? But again,
right.
Leave it to the men in the black and white stripes on the field. They have a difficult enough job. Able to break through, had a hand down, but not down, no knee down. And what a run. Torrance Burgess.
I think he picked up the first down.
He did.
And this is something that we do in practice all the time if you're a running back. It's called the grass drill. It's the ball in one arm, hand down, and you switch, and it allows you to regain your balance so that you can get upfield, because a hand down is not down. You can still advance the ball, and right there, a great job, as you mentioned, by number 6, Burgess, which is my mother's maiden name. I'm going to take credit where I can, okay? We're going to have fun. It's December's
I know
holiday.
you will, my friend.
Yes, sir.
So 1st and 10, big catch from Burgess, and able to get enough and able to sneak through here still. And finally stepping out after the reception, Paschal. This is what you expect to see if you're an Apaches fan, picking up these catches, the accurate passes from Booty, and this time Paschal, the man on the reception.
When Booty gets a chance, even with some disruption in his face, to set his feet, as long as the ball doesn't get tipped or blocked, he's going to have a pretty good throw and attempt at his receivers. It's only when the disruption messes up the footwork and the balance is he going to have a bad errant pass.
Picks up 3 on first. Booty looking downfield. Everyone covered. Will scramble. Booty stepping out, and Booty able to pick up a handful there. Not known for his running ability, more of a drop back passer, but he can certainly get it done with the feet if need be.
Well, I like the definitive move to run. You know, he wasn't up, but this is coming back. Penalty, unfortunately.
Again, the Apaches shooting themselves in the foot. You and I speaking during the break about good teams, and it doesn't matter if you're talking about Pop Warner or the NFL.
Well, as we used to say, from 6-man to 6A.
That's it.
You have to have, as you mentioned, the solid fundamentals. And if you're not blocking and you get those arms and hands out, especially closer to the sidelines, it's easier for the flag to drop.
2nd and 17 now for TJC as time continues to tick off the clock. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Complete Makari, and he is absolutely tattooed out of bounds by his opposite number. Willie Jordan, the sophomore from the Palmetto State, lowers the boom.
I like the Palmetto State. South Carolina?
Yes, sir.
And then, yeah, that's not like 3-on-3 when you're talking basketball. That's like, that's a highlight reel addition.
And from Allendale, South Carolina, Broad Run High School, going across the country for his collegiate career, and he had that one teed up.
Yes, he did.
3rd and 12. Big play here for TJC if they're going to continue the drive. To the air, Booty has a man and almost caught. He found his receiver, but Paschal just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, that was a good look and a good attempt. But again, you don't get first downs for good attempts. That was the right choice. You had to get enough yardage, and that ball almost caught downfield, as you mentioned, but then
on to punt. Deep to return is Brennan Scott
broken up.
for the
A
Red
huge
Ravens.
turn here, the incompletion on 3rd, and so now Apache's forced to punt it away. There's still 2:24 remaining in the half. Plenty of time for Coffeyville, precisely. We will see when Jackson Thompson and his Red Ravens offense can do. A first quarter dominated by TJC. Coffeyville has been the better of the two sides here in the second, and they have an opportunity. If they can extend this lead before half, momentum-wise, that would be huge.
Yeah, and I think you want to try to see, a lot of people say, well, I'm backed up. And listen, you're playing in a bowl game. You need to go and see what you can do, and you're not going to have the second half kick. You got to go, don't take the air out of this.
There's no waiting until next week.
That's correct.
1st and 10 from the 25. Hand off and find a way through. Picks up a handful on first down. A good gain there.
It's a marginal gain, but you're telling, to me, your team, we want to just protect this 1 point lead.
Farmer picks up 4 on first.
Ball is at the 28-yard line, second down.
I'd rather you throw a short pass. Even a short out route saves you a lot more time on the clock. And I know they still have 2 timeouts, and hey, maybe they break a 50-yarder and go from there. But right now, looks like these Red Ravens may be okay to stay in neutral.
Liker keeping things conservative for the time being, and we say that down the field, not conservative at all. And here come the flags. They were looking for Bryce Childress, the freshman from St. Louis, the intended target, and 2 flags coming in. Obvious pass interference.
I'll tell you, that's why you want to throw the ball downfield, because even if you don't have a completion, 15 is 15 and no time off the clock, still have 2 timeouts in your back pocket.
Number 4 of the defense, 15-yard penalty.
It'll go against Jalen Moore.
And it just puts some stress and strain on that back end of your defense. It's pretty good coverage. But again, you leave the outcome up to your receiver
it'll be 1st and 10,
or an officiating crew. So it's 2 against 1 versus that defender in the secondary.
Well put. Minute 26. All kinds of time for Coffeyville. Little flare underneath, able to find Baptiste. Javier Baptiste, a freshman from White Castle, Louisiana. Wisely getting out.
Does get out of bounds, saves time and the timeouts. And again, that made, you remember when I was saying the difference between something like that and,
Number 13 of the 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
What goes up must come down. And right there, a good first down call that gets the ball out of bounds to save the timeouts and not take a lot of time off the clock. But when you combine that with the holding call, Kit, it's a wash.
And that's frustrating because they didn't need the hole. Baptiste was out there in the flat. They got him the ball quickly enough. He was smart enough to get out of bounds.
Right.
Saved the time, the timeouts, as you said,
right.
All for naught.
Right.
And the penalty flag starting to mount the number for both of these teams, and that is something they will certainly address at halftime. Thompson, empty backfield, flushed underneath, looking for a completion. We will see it does make the catch, but for a very short gain, Corterius Wilson.
Complete to Corterius Williams. Corterius Wilson pushed out of bounds by Justice Clemens.
He heard you.
After gain of 7, second down 8.
Word travels fast, Kit McConaughey.
Give Mr. Wilson out of Southwind High School into Memphis credit. Again, he did his job. He got open. Not a lot he could do in that situation.
Still 2 timeouts, which is good, and you're approaching midfield. Maybe you get a field goal attempt.
Again, any points that the Red Ravens can put up before the half, they will be huge. Thompson still on his feet momentarily and finally brought to ground. He tried to spin away, but he couldn't get away from Gavin Forche, linebacker out of Nashville.
Look, a really good job and a good opportunity for the defense to make a play because of the good push. Then the linebacker follows the defensive lineman, and, nothing that Jackson Thomason could do there. He was looking to try to find an outlet and throw the ball away, but you don't want to fumble it and then give a complimentary to your opponent. So I'm okay with taking the loss of yardage. Don't turn the ball over.
I was about to say, in that situation, Thompson making the wise decision to hold on to it. Such little time remaining. The yards really not of any consequence at this point.
Right.
Hand off to Lewis. Dorian Lewis picks up a few, but that will do it for the first half. A very entertaining affair between the Red Ravens and the Apaches. The first half dominated by, first quarter dominated by TJC. The second by Coffeyville.
Oh, they took a timeout.
Hold on. We may have jumped the gun here.
Because they were going to make a punt. That's what I thought. I said, hey, maybe you burn one of those TOs to make it, and then you go for a punt block. Go for a punt block.
You're exactly
or
right.
A return.
That's what Tyler's going to do. It looks like they were going to be content to go ahead and let the time tick off.
Well, the Red Ravens were. They were like, hey, look.
Red Ravens were indeed happy to go to the break. Not the case, as Owen Lawson will have to come on, the freshman out of Liberty, Missouri, and punt one away.
You could have a bad snap over the head of the punter. I mean, there's a bunch of things that I think is good in forcing the special teams unit to come on to the field.
This is why we have you and your analysis, my friend.
I think the other people at home probably got that one right as well. I'm going to believe that.
Able to get the punt off cleanly. And now the time ticks off to end the first half. A 1-point ball game. Red Ravens lead the Apaches 7-6. Halftime of the 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. Halftime, the Heart of Texas Bowl here at A&M Commerce, home of the Lions, beautiful Ernest Hawkins Field in Memorial Stadium, and we have a good one. A 1-point lead for the Coffeyville Red Ravens over the Tired Junior College Apaches at the break. And we are now joined by Blake Powell, founder and partner of the Powell Law Group, nice enough to join us. And Mr. Powell, congratulations, recently named one of the outstanding attorneys in the state of Texas by Texas Monthly Magazine. Our most sincere congratulations to you. And if you would, just tell us a little bit about your practice, where you're located, and what kind of law you practice.
Hey, thank you so much, and good evening from Commerce, Texas. The Powell Law Group is a statewide law firm. We serve public school districts, community colleges, trustees, and administrators from one side of Texas to the other. We've got offices in Austin, Dallas, Houston, Tyler, Waco, and Corpus Christi.
Well represented in the Lone Star State and helping educational institutions across the great state of Texas as well. And for that, we tip the cap to you. We know that your work in education, you have a connection with Jack Welch and the founding of the Heart of Texas Bowl. Would you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, we've known Jack Welch for 25 years now, and this is the 19th consecutive year of the Heart of Texas Bowl, and our firm is just delighted to be a part of this as one of the sponsors of this great bowl event. And of course, we're indebted to Coach Welch and his great passion and commitment to this bowl game each year.
Again, joined by Blake Powell, founder and partner of the Powell Law Group, nice enough to join us here at halftime of the Heart of Texas Bowl. And we understand your long affiliation with the Heart of Texas Bowl, but what drew you initially to being involved with this, and what brings you back year after year?
I'll tell you what, it's the TIPS Champs Heart of Texas Bowl, and CHAMP stands for Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed. And as a part of the CHAMPS program, they host America's Drug-Free Productions, which is a charitable organization whose mission is really to get out and prevent teen suicides, alcohol abuse, illicit drug use, and bullying. And they do this by taking programs directly into the public schools, and by sponsoring the Heart of Texas Bowl and working with these great organizations, it just gives us a great opportunity to give back to the communities across Texas.
Mr. Powell, we very much appreciate your time. We appreciate everything that you and the Powell Law Group do for the TIPS Champs Heart of Texas Bowl and everything you do for the great state of Texas. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. It's great to be a part of Hot Bowl 2021.
Halftime at the Heart of Texas Bowl, a 1-point lead, Red Ravens over the Apaches at the break.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only a third of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
CHAMPS, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. CHAMPS provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
TIPS, the interlocal purchasing system, is efficient, effective, and economical. Purchasing is a necessary activity for any business or organization. TIPS provides a proven process to eliminate purchasing-related stress for governmental entities and provides a simplified purchasing experience for school districts and vendors. Contact TIPS. Let them simplify your life. www.tips-usa.com.
Halftime, Memorial Stadium in Commerce, 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl, Coffeyville and Tyler. We take a look at the Apache Band, the Apache Bell Drill Team here at half. halftime. TJC Band and the Apache Bell Dancers entertaining us here at the break. The 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl, and it is a good one. A fantastic first half between Coffeyville and Tyler. Red Ravens lead the Apaches 7-6 as we are now joined by Dr. David Fitz, the Executive Director of Region 8 Educational Service Center. And Tips, Dr. Fitz, we really appreciate your time. Tips, the title sponsor of the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl. For those who don't know, just tell us a little bit about what Tips is.
Kit, I'll be honored to. TIPS stands for the Interlocal Purchasing System. What we provide in 50 states, is the ability we procure products and services for public entities, in particular school districts, colleges, universities, cities, counties, anything public. We have procured a lot of services, a lot of projects and things of that nature that those entities do not have to procure for themselves, thereby saving time, saving lots of money, and making sure, we also make sure that everything is legal and done to the standard of the law. And so counties, school districts, universities can rest assured in their procurement process that things are being done efficiently and effectively and legally. And we're just honored to be a part of this great TIPS Champs Heart of Texas Bowl. Two great schools, and couldn't be happier for helping just be a part of this.
Well, we're so glad to have you and honored to have you as a part of the Heart of Texas Bowl. Tips doing great work for educational institutions, not just in the Lone Star State, across all 50 states, and for that we thank you. What has drawn you to being involved with the Champs organization in the Heart of Texas Bowl?
Well, I've had the honor now for several years to know Dr. Jack Welch, Coach Jack Welch, Blake Cooper, great people. TIPS has been a part of this for several years, and we look at it as a way of giving back to not only colleges, but more importantly to the young people like that are performing right here behind me in the band. These two football programs from Coffeyville Community College and Tyler Junior College. We've got the TJC Band here, the Apache Bells. Being able to bring these young people together and provide something for these communities. This is what sports and communities and college life is all about.
Dr. Fitz, I could not say it better myself. Thank you, sir, for everything you do. Thank you for TIPS and what you do for college athletics and education across this country. We're glad to have you as a part of the Heart of Texas Bowl. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the second half.
We're honored. Thank you.
My name's Kevin Hunt, and I teach construction technology at the Columbus Technical Center. Here we try to build at least one spec house. A lot of times we'll end up doing stuff for the city of Columbus also. We've done stuff for USD 493. So just anything that deals with construction, there's always somebody wanting something to do. And that's the great thing about this field is it doesn't take much money and tools. It just takes a knowledge of angles and how stuff works to go together, and anybody can make a really good living at it. We do what's called NCC ER training. It's a national certification. When a student graduates here, he's not only getting a certificate from Coffeyville Community College, but he's also getting a national credential. Along with the residential construction, we have started up a new class for heavy equipment operation. We've teamed with some local contractors in the area that have heavy equipment, and they've actually are letting our students come out usually about once a month and run some of the actual equipment hands-on, so they're getting the hands-on training. The simulator we have that's behind us is an excavator. It goes through all the procedures as far as digging a trench, placing pipe, loading and unloading it off the trailer, and the first thing students have to do is they have to go through a checkpoint, and on this particular piece of machinery, there's 54 points that they have to check and inspect before they can even turn the key to start it up. So it's just like the real thing and getting them ready to go for the real world. Primarily, most of our students come to us as juniors and seniors in high school because most workmen's insurance companies won't insure people on the job site under 18. So this is a prime opportunity for the students to get the training before they hit 18. They are able to come here as a post-secondary student. The construction program just really gives them a good jump start as a high school student. If they're just taking, elective classes, they come here instead.
Halftime 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl here on the campus of Texas A&M Commerce, home of the Lions. Beautiful Ernest Hawkins Field and Memorial Stadium. A great first half. Coffeyville leading Tyler 7-6 at the break, and anticipate a great second half as well. But we are now joined by Jack Welch, founder of America's Drug-Free Program and Champs. Coach, we really appreciate your time. And we have to ask you, how did all this get started? What was the impetus to get this started from day one?
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, thank you all for being a part of this great event. We're so excited to have Tyler Junior College and Coffeyville Community College here. And this started back in 2001. I had been a junior college athletic director and head football coach for several years. And then I went to coach at other places. And I wanted to start something and give something back to our community. One of the things that I knew that was needed were bowl games for the junior colleges, since I had been a junior college head coach. And so I brought this bowl to fruition, and we started it in 2001. This is the 19th annual event of the bowl, and we're so excited to have these two schools here. We're so excited to have TIPS, our major sponsor, being a part of this, and PAL Law Group. Without those two sponsors, we couldn't be doing what we're doing here today. But the main thing is this also highlights our Champs program. Our Champs program is a program that is designed to help children stay off drugs, alcohol, and we also emphasize bullying and teen suicide. We talk hard about those things. We give information out to our schools. We disseminate that information, and we do school assemblies. So this is an event to bring a highlight to that program, as well as to help these junior college kids at the same time and our community.
Yes, sir. Coach, we had the opportunity to speak with Blake Powell. They're the founder and partner of the Powell Law Group, along with Dr. David Fitz of TIPS. And they are just so proud to be a part of this, to be a part of the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl. And we know that the feeling is mutual. And you said that on your side, to have great sponsors supporting a great event like this. And I have to ask you, after a year off, what's the best thing about being back?
You know, the best thing being back is to be able to see the energy, the enthusiasm, and the community support for this event. When people know that you're doing things to help children, to help a community, by being able to go in and do assemblies and talk to them about the dangers of drugs, illicit drugs, the abuse of alcohol, talking to them about bullying and what that means, teen suicide. When you see people come together for that and you see kids benefit from that, it gives you goosebumps on top of your goosebumps. And then, of course, have sponsors like TIPS with Dr. Fitz and PAL Law Group with Blake Powell. You associate yourself with the best people in the country. This is a great event because we have great people. And we're very, very appreciative of Texas A&M University Commerce for allowing us to use this venue for the event.
Coach, if you would, talk to us a little bit about that relationship you have with Texas A&M Commerce and Lions football, what it means to you.
Well, it's a great organization. Tim McMurray, the athletic director, David Bailiff, the head football coach, and Dr. Rudin, the president, are the best of the best of the best. And they are all about kids, and they're all about doing things to help your community and also about helping children. And so it's a win-win situation for everybody when you can do something to help your community and to help your local school districts with an event like this. It puts an emphasis on helping children.
Jack Welch, founder of Champs, nice enough to join us. Coach, a lot of people, they want to know more. They want to know how they can get involved and how they can help. How can they do that?
Absolutely. You can go to www.champsassemblies.com, or you can go to the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl.com and receive that information. And if a school district is out there that is wanting to have an assembly, wanting to have people come and talk about the dangers of drugs and alcohol and bullying and teen suicide, a great assembly program that brings national speakers in, people like Tiki Davis, Bowie Miles, a lot of the different folks that have a story to tell, and then to be able to put on a great community. Give us a call, give us a text, and we'll be glad to talk to them. It's champsheartoftexasbowl.com or champsassemblies.com.
Coach, we thank you so much, not just for what you do for the Heart of Texas Bowl, but what you do for young people across the state and across this country. You're making a huge difference. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much.
Jack Welch, founder of America's Drug-Free Program and Champs, speaking with us and what they do. Again, how you can learn more and how you can get involved as we get ready for the start of the second half. Alongside Steve Foster, I'm Kit McConico and Foss. Entertaining first half, back and forth, and it looked early on that the Apaches are going to run away with things. Not the case.
Make sure there we go. I apologize. No, between the 20s aspect of the football game is important, but it's that red zone. We talk about it. That's why it's named that. And if you cannot convert inside the 20, the 20s, you're not going to really run away from your opponent. That's exactly what happened, and the Red Ravens came back. I saw Coach Welsh talking, and he had the A&M Commerce football helmet, football cap on. Want to give a shout out to two guys from the area that I know that were national champions with A&M Commerce. Alex Shiloh on defense, Preston Wheeler on offense. They were stars here in the Central Texas area prior to going to A&M Commerce.
Owen Lawson ready to get us back underway. Apaches set to receive the kickoff to start half number 2. And
starting the second half,
Boss, evenly played first half. Tyler maybe the better of the two sides in the first quarter. Coffeyville probably the better in the second. But that being said, as well as we saw play at times, penalties maybe taking an unfortunate
that was the equalizer, and that's why you only see a 1-point difference, I think, in this game.
Caleb Forrest fields it inside his own 15. Forrest bounces it outside, trying to find a bit of room, and he will go across the 30 before he is pushed out of bounds. And
people looking for a flag on the kick return right there, and
21 yards on the return for Caleb
good return.
Forrest, pushed out of bounds by Brennan Scott.
And I think that's going to be beyond the 25 as if you would have called for a fair catch. But you want to see drives finished, and that being not with a field goal or having the punt, but having the drive conclude in an end zone.
The Apaches and General Booty will start things at their own 31 as they have the first possession here of half number 2. Settled for a pair of field goals into the first half. Did TJC. Have yet to find the end zone. We'll see if they can remedy that early here. Booty to the air, has a man complete. Enough for the first down. A big catch there into the arms of Jordan Wallace.
Now I like the fact that General Booty getting the ball downfield. Sideline to sideline throws, on rare occasion, you can swing the ball out to your running backs, yes. But if you're a passer and you've got the numbers that General Booty has, let the ball go downfield. Make it easy on yourself. Once the ball's caught, you get to keep that yardage that's been run by the route of your receivers.
For 3,100 yards this year through the air, over 320 a game. A little shovel pass underneath, able to find Burgess. Burgess scores 3. Lawrence Burgess with a big gain into Coffeyville territory, up to the 40.
This is why everybody does squats in the weight room, because it doesn't matter what size you are. You have enough leg drive to break a tackle after the shuffle pass and get yourself downfield and then protect the ball.
First and 10 Apaches.
A big gain there for Burgess, young man out of Pearland in the greater Houston area.
South off 288.
Thank you, MapQuest. I don't know if that still exists. But right you are, my friend. Another shovel pass underneath. Able to find a bit of space. This time it's Morgan. Juan Morgan with the carry out of Conroe. That would be north of Houston.
Yes. Off 99. Or is it 90? It may be, no, that either way. You have identified it. You Google Maps. I think the kid, we're going to advance you to Google Maps. Here's the thing. It takes student athletes from all over. They've come together in their respective colleges now and playing in this game and doing the best they can in a well-fought first half.
Gain of 8 for Morgan remains as the back. It's the handoff. Does Morgan enough for the first down? We will see. It'll be close. That will be enough for a fresh set of downs for the Apaches.
and not much, but just enough to get the chains and the sticks moved. And that's what you want. Good inside push, and again, favorable possession of the football by number 20.
Morgan gives away to Burgess, so a two-headed running back monster starting to emerge for the Apaches. Burgess, all kinds of room, cuts back inside, still on his feet, inside the 10, across and in, touchdown, Apaches, Torrance Burgess.
That's just great effort. Snap was a little low, so General Booty definitely having to control and the ball and then get it to his rusher. And listen, you can see that once the initial line of scrimmage has been broken, and that's a 22-yard inside handoff. Burgess doing a tremendous job of keeping the leg drive, as I said.
First touchdown tonight. PAT is up and good. 13-7 Apaches on top. Take another look. Burgess bouncing it out, then back inside the leg drive, and able to dive across for the first touchdown for TJC this evening. And what a statement for Thomas Rocco's side, coming out, marching down the field in their first possession of the second half and finding the touchdown.
Yeah, and again, Will from the rusher, but great blocking up front to find those rushing lanes so that you can get the shoulder pad square, the leg drive going, and then that last 2 yards was literally from momentum from the rush, and of course ping-ponging into the end zone. But that's the difference. That's 7 not selling for 3.
A.J. Smith, first-year offensive coordinator for the Apaches. He took the job just a week before training camp. But whatever he had to say to his offense at half, it certainly had the intended effect.
Well, he probably recognized what you saw and what everyone else watching the broadcast saw, a 27 and a 40-yard field goal, and you're going, gentlemen, we should have more points than 6 points. And now we're down a point at half.
Apaches march down the field, come away with a touchdown. Now we'll see what the response is from Coffeyville. Childress fields the punt, taken down at the 20. Bryce Childress unable to sneak the freshman from St. Louis. And now Jackson Thompson and his offense back out on the field. The 6'5" sophomore out of Lake Highlands in Dallas. They found that the only touchdown of half number 1, I should say. Andrew Schnackenberg, the tight end from Kansas out of Arkansas City. Great route, just able to find enough separation between he and the DB, and the big tight end. That's all they needed for the halftime lead, but now they will have to respond as they are back down by 6. Handoff. Able to get outside enough space. Ryan Green.
They went with like the heavy jumbo package, 34 and 33. But again, at the end, you just want to make sure that you have the ball possessed. But that ball came out after the running back had hit the turf forcefully.
Got Trey Cutler at 270 pounds, number 33. Number 34, Doug Bates, he's 245. There's some there's some beef in the backfield for the Red Ravens.
Absolutely. The jumbo package.
That is definitely the jumbo package. That is Thunder and Thunder spinning free. Cutler all the way up to the 44.
Well, here's the deal. Both of these coaching staffs recognize that they needed to make some adjustments. And however those adjustments are made for their team, it seems to be paying off. And if you can't tackle a bruising rusher with low center of gravity, maybe you give him the ball with a blocker that's 240 pounds. And again, you're taking your fullback and you're making him the running back. I won't say the halfback because he's full. At that size, you're a fullback, not a halfback, but you're rushing the football.
Trey Cutler stays in to block. Outside complete, Isaiah Taylor, sophomore from Atlanta, out of Stockbridge High School on the reception. And now both offenses comes up waving the finger. I don't know that he's old enough to know who Dikembe Mutombo is.
Well, but again, here's the thing, and this is the difference in the thought of a wide receiver. You know, they are the divas. That's a 5-yard catch. But now you got the unsportsmanlike because he wouldn't put his finger down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 of the offense.
I mean, goodness gracious. You made a 5-yard catch, very good, but okay. And the other thing is, if the game stopped today, you're down a point. No, 6 points. that was too much. That was much too much. and it's 15. And you know, now you got to come off. Look. You got the coaching staff going, hey, and that's the one where that's the one-on-one conversation. That's the worst. That's the worst.
That's the one you do not want to have.
Not during the game.
So 2nd and 21 now after the unsportsmanlike from Taylor for Coffeyville. Thompson outside has a man, Wilson. Wilson able to make one miss, and Wilson turns a little flare into a big gain.
He's trying to help out his receiving core mate. However, you know, if you're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct in football, don't get it for doing it to Dikembe Mutombo. You know, if you're going to crack somebody on the sidelines or
you're saying you better make it worth it.
Yeah. This, you know, being pretty and putting the one up on a 5-yard out, you know, I'm like, that's going to cost you 15. That should be like a legal procedure, like a 5-yard, but not 15.
3rd and 9. Wilson able to pick up 11. Still 3rd and long for Coffeyville. Pressure coming. Thompson steps up and well over the head of Bellamy, his intended target.
Thompson's pass is incomplete.
See, if you want to be funny and you were an Apache, you could now that the kicking team is going out. But you want to go do it on your sideline. You don't want to provoke the yellow hanky. That is always a bad thing.
It is indeed. That will draw the ire of the coaches, your teammates, everyone. And that's one of those things that you do your job, you're the lineman, you block, and all of a sudden you look up and you're like, really? Really? Okay.
That guy's doing this. Okay, you're right.
Not the men you want to anger. Apaches bringing the pressure. Forrest, fair catch at the 15, and that is where Tyler Junior College will start things off. They lead 13-7, 10-11 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
The thread that binds these uniforms together means more than just the uniform. It's threaded with tradition. It represents our community. It connects generations. It bleeds red and white. It joins players to feel at home and to become part of a family that is legendary. When that uniform is put on by all, we are intertwined with tradition, honor, and a sense of connection that has been passed down in families for decades. This time, we went back to our roots. We look back at the things that made us not just any community college football program, but an unforgettable one. As we move forward, we are bringing back our past. Unmistakable, simple, renowned. True to the red and white. True to ourselves. And true to the Red Raven family. Once a Raven, always a Raven. Threaded with tradition.
Red Ravens and the Apaches, Coffeyville Community College, Tyler Junior College, the 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. So glad to have you with us alongside Steve Foster. I'm Kit McConico. They were trying to extend this lead. They marched down the field, their first possession of the second half, and it was a great drive. They went all the way down, able to find the touchdown. Ultimately, it was Torrance Burgess, the man who found pay dirt for their first touchdown today. You see both offenses maybe a bit sluggish in the first half, really picking things up here in the second.
I think good adjustments made at halftime by the offensive coordinators, and they recognize that they got to get the ball downfield the best they can, suited for their personnel.
8 of 5 on first, brings up 2nd and 5 for General Booty. Out of the shotgun. Freshman out of Allen, a little pitch to Burgess. Burgess wrapped up and leading the charge that time, Brennian Scott, the freshman from Florida. Also Willie Jordan.
Well, the inside-out pursuit just caught up with Burgess before he could really
Burgess
get
on the carry for a loss of 2. Brennian Scott with the tackle. 3rd down, 7 for the Apaches.
Play took a little long to develop, and Red Ravens a good football team. You know, their defense again stopped 2 touchdown, attempts, turned them into field goals. So that front line and the pursuit is pretty strong.
Booty takes to the air, has a man, but not enough. Maybe he will be wrapped up shy.
Booty's pass complete to Jalen
that first down as he's able to find Patchell.
Reese Collier in on the tackle, down to the 28-yard line.
You and I speaking at the break about some of the great players that have come out of Coffeyville and a very long and illustrious history of players that have made it to the next level.
First down. One being a fellow alum, and that in the 1983 Heisman Trophy winner, Mike Rozier.
Making that trip from Kansas up to Nebraska, just keeping the red and white color scheme.
By way of New Jersey.
Able to pick up enough for the first down on the reception, so that was close as Burgess knocked out of bounds by Frazier.
His brother Guy Rozier also playing for the Huskers and a good friend as well. But yes, red and white.
With the carry, tackled by Zaquan Frazier at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
Pretty sure all you have in your wardrobe is either black and orange or red and white. I don't know that there are any other colors represented.
Fine fashions don't stick to your college and professional teams. It shouldn't.
Fair enough.
Use the spectrum of color.
You never know what you're going to learn on a broadcast with Steve Foster.
Or Kit McConico.
2nd and 8. Booty out of the shotgun. As Burgess takes to the air, downfield, has a man complete. Jordan Wallace with the catch.
I like that. Throw that ball downfield. You've thrown it for over 3,000 yards and 25 touchdowns. You shouldn't be afraid to let it go. There's a ball game. Get it going.
Patrick from Shreveport picks up the first down. And it did appear, to your point, that the Apaches offense a little timid by their standards. And again, this is a team, they lead the nation in completions, attempts, and yards.
Right.
2nd in the nation in total offense, but they were hesitant to throw it downfield in the first half.
They gave the Red Ravens some respect, but still you got to at least make some plays, and now they are.
Now they're going to the air, and to our point, really going and just past the intended target.
General Booty's pass incomplete, intended for Kelly Akarai.
But now you have to
2nd down, 10.
Wake up in the secondary, because now here the launch is starting to happen. And the hat thrown by the official to show that where the receiver went out of bounds and trying to reestablish himself to have the proper ability to then make the catch. Because if you don't reestablish a position in the field of play and you catch the ball, that is not a catch, a valid or legal catch.
Cripps up top. One here to the bottom. Paschal, the man on Bottom of your screen is number 16. Blitz coming, and Hootie wisely just throws that one away, threw it at the feet of Jalen Moore. See the Heat brought that time. Charles Perkins, the freshman out of Western Ohio, leading the way.
You don't want to sit back and let a guy who's been completing passes. Again, this is the disruption. Now you send more than they can block, a la the blitz. And you bring more defenders than that offense can block. Get that quarterback off of his mark. Doesn't get the time to set and throw, look downfield. Just trying to find a way to get this pass incompleted, get to the next down.
Big third down here. Pressure coming off the side, and that one short-armed. Rimpert had it, and a little alligator arms there from Nick Rimpert as he saw the defensive back. But as you said, if you're going to get hit, might as well make the catch.
This one is put perfectly, too, and this could have picked up a first down. There was nothing about that didn't scream football.
You saw Trayvon Sacker there, the man from the 504, who's ready to lower the boom.
Nolens, 504.
Indeed.
Area codes.
It's the second half. We're getting a little deeper in.
You and Ludacris with those area codes. Okay, understood. Great punt.
Oh, fantastic work from special teams and able to down it going down.
Kunis's punt down at the
Jalen Robertson, former Gladewater Bear, all the way down. And it is going to be a long field for Coffeyville. They trail 13-7, 6:33 remaining in the third.
The NJCAA fosters a national athletic program featuring opportunities consistent with the educational objectives of member colleges, which may compete in any of the competitive sports divisions in various sports. The NJCAA currently features 13 men's and 12 women's sports across its 24 regions. For more information, visit www.njcaa.org.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only a third of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
'21 Heart of Texas Bowl. Mr. Willie Jordan, the sophomore from South Carolina, giving some love, as is Antavius Fish there, a freshman from Atlanta. Get a very warm welcome wherever you may be joining us from. We know we have viewers from across the country. Glad to have you with us here at Memorial Stadium in Commerce. And it has been a good one, a very tight affair. And what you'd expect with two teams of this caliber, particularly in a bowl game.
Yes, and I was smiling because I saw a good run. It's going to unfortunately come back. The only good thing about this is it's going to be half the distance to the goal because the ball started at the 6.
Spoken like a true running back. You see the run, you light up, and then the flag comes out, and it is going from a high to a low.
Exactly. Again, that's a testament to the Apaches and their defense still bringing upfield pursuit, and Red Ravens not able to block within the rules to get their offense going from a run perspective. And you know what I like to do here? If I'm the Apaches, bring the house. Because, you know, maybe you get that safety.
We'll see what the men in black elect to do here. They're dropping back into coverage for Benson. A little pitch, able to get outside. Lewis met in no gain for Dorian Lewis. He tried to find some space on the near side, but there wasn't any to be had.
Good inside-out pursuit by the Apache defense. And again, this play takes a little bit to develop because you're in the I formation. You're already 6 to 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage as that I back, and you toss. And maybe it worked for Mike Rozier back in the day, but here you've got a very good Apache defense that just pursued inside out, and there was nowhere to run.
Number 42, Austin Skoglund, the linebacker out of Vandergrift High School in Austin, leading the way. Up-and-coming program, I say that.
More than up-and-coming.
Oh, they are indeed. A young program. They may not have the established of some teams, as they're just about a decade old at high school, but they are, I won't say up and coming, they're undefeated this year, and they will be taking on Westlake, another team, as they took on the Chaparrals earlier. It was the defending state champion Westlake Chaparrals
all over
with the victory. I don't know that anybody's going to be, you have one of the top teams
in the
country, and you have the top quarterback in the country, Cade Klubnik, committed to Clemson. I don't know if anybody's going to be putting a stop to that freight train, but who knows. You have to play the game. It's not played on paper, as you well know.
No.
Teams like Katy, anything can happen. Over the head of the quarterback, Thompson, and as you said, bring the pressure in this situation.
I think one of my keys was the safety dance. Are they going to give him the touchdown, or is it the safety? I think it's a safety. Oh, and yes.
There it is. Apaches thought for a second they'd been able to fall on it, take another look.
But the establishment of possession wasn't until the foot was on the white. That was
Bourget, the freshman linebacker from Nashville.
Fits right into my key. Safety dance. I had it up on the screen.
I didn't ask if you do lottery numbers as well, but so far it seems that you've had a pretty good handle on this. But that is a huge turn right there, and give credit all the way. It goes back to the punt. To that punt being down to inside the 5, the pressure the Apaches were able to put on, that pressure forcing the safety, getting it done in all the different phases of the game.
Absolutely, and that's what you want to see here. The adjustments have been made on both sides, but right now, the advantageous team are the men in black. I want to stay with your vocabulary. Listen, good defense there, but that unfortunately was on the Red Ravens as the snap went over the head of the quarterback, Jackson Thompson, and that close to the end zone. That play was going to result in points of some type. For the Red Ravens, they dodge a 5 or a 4 to 5 point bullet as it's only a safety. So
that is certainly a break, and you have to look at the positive there. If you're Coffeyville, could have been much worse.
Correct.
Just 2 as opposed to the 6. Just an 8-point game.
1 possession. 1 score.
Forrest across the 30, the 35, and brought down shy of the 40.
Good return off the free kick after the safety. And pressure Jackson. Thompson.
You'd say they've been able to do that.
Turnover. And, you know, you just look. This is a sport that I've enjoyed since I was a very little fat kid in the park. You know, trying to.
I thought you were born with a football.
No, he gave it to me
in the crib. All right, fair enough. Booty underneath, able to find his target. Wallace across the 45 inside Coffeyville territory.
Here's where a quick throw to the sideline, set up with really good blocking out in front, catches the Red Ravens off guard. Because they've thrown the ball downfield, then you can mix that sideline, that horizontal pass in with good blocking. And as long as no hankies hitting the field of play, great pitch and catch. It was very safe, but very profitable.
1st and 10 from the Red Ravens 44. Booty. Back pressure comes, and he just had to eat that one. Wisely went to ground before more damage could come his way. Jordan Crawford, sophomore from Michigan, applying the pressure.
And listen, you don't like your quarterback taking a sack, but it beats a turnover. And right now, you're trying to capitalize off a great defensive series with the unfortunate bad snap for the Red Ravens. It results in a safety. Credit the defense there. They had pushed them back, being the Red Ravens in their own end zone. So now that offense for the TJC, the Apaches, need to see if they can convert.
Burgess bounces it outside across the 45, and he will step out at the 42.
Work towards that sideline express. Because listen, all the pursuits coming inside out from where the ball snaps, so you know you're not going to get hit by the right side, so you can use that boundary to your benefit if you're the rusher. Still a good amount of yards to have here on 3rd down.
3rd and 8 after the gain of 7 from Burgess.
Because of the sack.
Made it 2nd and 15, and this one just miscommunication all around. Booty thought that Cooley was going to come back for it. He never did.
Or some type of back shoulder pass. That one right there, as said, communication would have been the key. And it could have been a good back shoulder pass, but unfortunately, you still have the receiver on a go route trying to get up the field. So now the punting unit coming out for the Apaches. But still 2 points in the back pocket, so there's nothing that can beat you, even if a touchdown and a 2-point is scored.
Kunis, the sophomore from Boulder, Colorado, with a high punt, as that one takes a Coffeyville bounce, and they will spot it at the 24, I believe, is ultimately where that one.
That was kind of like a moonshot. Kind of went straight up, kind of hung, came down, and just kind of, that's what you want when you're about 60 yards from the pin in the middle of the fairway. One of those straight ups and comes down like that there. You could have possibly pinned the Red Ravens a little bit deeper into their own territory. However, the Apache defense playing very well now, too.
1st and 10 from the 24 for Coffeyville, and right you are, and the Apache defense continues to play well. This one on the turf. TJC says they have it. Do they?
This would be horrible. 2 bad, poor snaps, but I think that's 2nd down. I think it's 2nd down.
Thompson able to get on top of it.
Recovered for a loss of 3, 2nd down. 13.
He had to. Trouble there with the snap between he and his center, Terrence Shaw.
And you know, that's a fundamental need. You have to have the good exchange, no matter if you're under center or in the shotgun position, because it makes all the difference in the world.
Loss of 3. Able to maintain possession, and it's going to be another loss here. Thompson, he's caught up, and you see the reaction from the offensive lineman, Terrence McClain, the big sophomore, Sumter, South Carolina, saying,
well, no, this play was read properly by the defense. You did not want to hand the ball off, but as the ball was kept by the quarterback, he just got tripped up. That was just, again, you got to recognize, and the lineman didn't see what was going on behind him. But had anything else been done, you know, ball could have been fumbled, but right there is a wise play, even though it was a loss.
3rd and 15 for the Red Ravens. Thompson out of the shotgun. Pressure coming. Has a man downfield. Complete. No. Bobbled. Quintarius Wilson had it, a sure completion, and that one just squirted free.
No, that would have been a sure first down, not a sure completion.
Well put, my friend.
But listen, a great look and a great pass. You know, you don't want it anywhere else there, but when the eyes come off of the ball, you're not going to catch it.
Owen Lawson back to punt.
The opposite number, Chris Fagan, the sophomore out of Cedar Hill. There. They will have to punt it away, and a missed opportunity from Coffeyville. I would imagine the Apaches would get good field position in this situation. Forrest just inside his 40. This is a big drive coming for both of these teams, Voss. Just a minute remaining in the third quarter. And for Tyler, if they can march down, if they can put more points on the board, possibly even another touchdown, there's still an entire quarter remaining, but the field starting to tilt more in favor of those men right there.
Yeah, the Apaches are going to have a big advantage with any type of point because they won't be able to lose with one possession or get tied with one possession. And after a minute, and not literally the minute in the third quarter, the clock will become your friend when you have more points than your opponent.
And off, no, keeper. Booty across midfield and down into Red Ravens territory. An emphatic first down point, the longest run we've seen tonight from General Booty.
Well, there's been no need, but right here, a great decision. And listen, even the quarterback, if they surprise you, they're not slow. Well, I shouldn't say that. Some are. However, General Booty is not slow. And so General Booty, with a great decision to keep the ball and come to the near side there, that's excellent call. Helped his team out immensely.
All the way down to Coffeyville's 37. 1st and 10, new set of downs for Booty. Has Burgess. Burgess able to stay on his feet. Burgess eludes one. And wrapped up quickly after, and a late flag comes in.
He's brought down by Trevon Stacker.
That may be a face mask because Burgess kept that play alive. Those grass drills, it's just determination.
Personal foul, face mask, number 15 of the defense.
Called it.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
But what was going to be a minimal gain, all of a sudden
a loss.
I think Burgess was able to turn it into something, maybe one, and the face mask there going against Trevon Stacker.
I think if you grab the back of the helmet as well, again, it's a safety.
Ball will be spotted at the
penalty.
22-yard line, 1st and 10, Apaches.
Back in the day, you could have the 5-yard or the 15-yard. Remember, we wanted to see which one is it going to be. But here, they just say anything that is a face mask related penalty is 15 yards. Changing the rules. And now Apache's knocking on the red zone and on the door for more points.
1st and 10 from the 22. Booty trips to his right. He'll be a handoff to Burgess. Burgess picks up 2, taken down at the 20.
That concludes the third quarter of play.
To the fourth quarter we go. TJC leading Coffeyville 15-7 in the 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. Start of the fourth quarter, Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Texas A&M Commerce, home of the Lions. 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. Steve Foster, Kit McConico with you. Glad to have you with us. TJC looking for the opener in quarter number 4, and, well, it took very little time. Jeremiah Cooley with the touchdown, the sophomore wide receiver from Big Springs, who had a huge drop in the first half, redeems himself with a huge touchdown.
Great catch. And, again, if you're in the secondary, you know, I don't feel bad for you because there's a lot of things that D-backs try to get away with. And right there still, there was some holding. And you can't get mad at the receiver fighting through the defense and the defender. Great pass. But look, here comes a blocked extra point.
Able to get enough of it. That is big right there, is what would have been a 15-point advantage. Now just 14. And for Coffeyville, still an entire fourth quarter to play, still in this one. For the TJC Apaches, a great start to the fourth quarter, able to find Cooley. Cooley, the fantastic catch, getting himself open. But now the Red Ravens, they need to respond.
Well, here's the thing, that the 2-point safety allows TJC to stay on task. You know, yes, it would have been great to have the 15th point, but listen, you have 2 touchdown lead in a fourth quarter where the defense has been playing well. Now, all that could change in a couple plays, but right now the momentum sitting with TJC and the Apaches, and I think overall they've played the better game to this point. But again, dang near a whole quarter to be played, and you just never know.
A lot of time remaining, and we've seen flashes. It hasn't been sustained from either side. We've seen bits here and there.
Right.
We will see if Red Ravens can maybe get a sustained fourth quarter, and obviously
I'm not going to write them off.
No, absolutely not. Not by any stretch. There's enough time. They have enough talent. Jackson Thompson, the rest of that team. But it has to start now. There is no time to waste, and if they are going to get back into this one, they need points out of this drive.
Something. Because, again, the game becomes psychological, especially when you're racing against the clock knowing you only have 1 quarter left. And so that's what beats people sometimes more than anything else. But, again, take nothing away from the opponent, because the Apaches have played well, and they picked up momentum since halftime.
They have indeed, and they certainly have come out the better of the two sides after the halftime break. Trying to find something here, a little razzle-dazzle. Baptiste takes to the air. His pass short, and right you were. His intended receiver, that was Cortarius Wilson. Had he been able to set his feet and find Wilson? It's not the case.
But I do like the fact that now you're trying to find ways to get the ball downfield. I don't necessarily live in the trick play world often, but I can't fault the Red Ravens. Thought that was a good call. It was just unfortunate, and a good defensive effort by the Apaches.
Like you're reaching deep into the bag there for that play. Thompson, the man underneath, complete. In the hands of Nick Moreno, the fullback. But it just proves the point. You have plenty of time. Just go to what works, make the plays,
right.
Pick up 3, 4, 5 yards. You don't have to pick up 30 or 40 at a time.
Right. Now that would help. And again, we saw on the last series before the quarter an excellent route. Just the execution at the end wasn't there, and that ball was thrown downfield from the Red Ravens' own end zone almost. So not afraid to put the ball up. They just got to execute with the pitch and catch.
A gain of 7 makes it 3rd and 3. Lewis, flag comes in for behind the play.
And that's probably going to move this ball back 10 yards because the first down was picked up, so you can't decline the penalty because that would give the Red Ravens a first down if you're the Apaches. But looking like this could be a hold unless there was some defensive play against the quarterback, and then they would tack that on to the run. I should say defensive penalty, but I think this is a hold.
We have fouls by both teams on the play. Holding, number 75 of the offense. Personal foul, face mask, number 10 of the defense. Those fouls will offset. We'll replay third down.
Very fortunate for the Red Ravens.
Indeed, offsetting penalty, so it will...
Because that holding penalty would have negated a first down run. And then you get a complimentary by the Apaches with a face mask. And
remains 3rd and 3 after the offsetting penalties.
I think where the face mask may have come in is the defender trying to get off the block and hands up to a receiver's face mask. So good blocking by the receiver.
I think you're right. I saw the same thing.
Maybe offsides there. No.
Thompson underneath has his target incomplete. Isaiah Taylor. That is Jalen Shelton, a man from West Rusk. Former West Rusk Raider able to dislodge it. Nice play from the freshman defensive back.
They saw the offsides. Flag may be a little slow. I don't want to say late. Slow. But again, Red Ravens bailed out twice. Offsetting penalties. And then here, an offsides. And that's why I said you just can't say this game is done and over with, because, you know, you find that seam route from the tight end and look out.
Game like this, you don't want to see it decided by penalties as Lewis is brought down in the backfield. Leading the charge there, Fred Bridges.
Correction, handoff to Dorian Lewis, tackled by Torrey Phillips. And Kilikulio Linton, loss of 3, 2nd down, 13.
There was nothing on that play that said advantage Red Ravens. Looked like it was a little run blitz as well. Linebacker stunning into the running lanes there. And, you know, you just maintain possession of the ball if you're the offense and recognize it's going to be more than 10 yards to pick up a first.
Loss of 3 makes it 2nd and 13 for Coffeyville. Thompson rolling to his left. Underneath has a man, and he may have had a toe on the sideline. We will see. Made the reception, but no gain after the catch as Baptiste stepped out of bounds immediately.
Thompson's pass
he may have been out
for 7 yards.
That's what I was thinking.
Replay.
Take another look.
3rd down, 6.
If the left foot was down before the right foot did the toe tap on the sideline.
That's what it appears they're going to say. So Baptiste with a gain of 4.
Got to be aware of the sidelines.
Still undefeated as a defender.
Yes.
3rd and 6, fakes the pitch, comes in, has a man, and Lewis is brought down, or excuse me, a loss there. Coming in with the tackle, Daryl Miner on Nick Moreno.
Well, Nick Moreno unfortunately had his back to the defender, and he's a fullback, and he's just trying to secure the ball, spins around, and all of a sudden, hello.
Daryl Miner on the tackle at the 38.
I don't know if that's the gentleman that you want to come flying your way. If
no
you're
linebackers, no. No linebackers, no Ronnie Lotts, no Fulchers, no Darren Woodsons.
What we've seen tonight from Daryl Miner, I would add him to that list. He has the opportunity. He will bring it. Forrest, fair caught at the 24 as we will take a break. 11:19 remaining in the ball game. Apaches lead the Red Ravens 21-7.
TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to TJC, here's how it goes. This is you. You're ready to choose your path. This is us. One of the top colleges in the nation, and it's only a third of the cost of most state schools. You apply, you get in, you choose a major. Maybe engineering, perhaps musical theater, or nursing, or power plant technology. At TJC, we've got it all, with more than 120 degree programs and certificates. You get involved, play for the team, beat the drum, all while getting the education you need. Tyler Junior College, you're ready for this.
Founded in 2002, the Welch Foundation has awarded over 100 scholarships worth over $66,000. In 2012, the Board of Directors extended its support of education with Teacher Appreciation Awards voted by the students. The Welch Foundation, leading the way and making a difference in education in Central Texas. CHAMPS, Communities Helping Americans Mature, Progress, and Succeed, is a school-based program committed to being a part of America's solution, not America's problems. CHAMPS provides information on anti-bullying, teen suicide, the abuse of alcohol, and illicit drugs. You're not in this alone. At www.champsassembly.com, we tell our story.
11:19 remaining in the ball game, the 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. Glad to have you with us here at beautiful Memorial Stadium in Commerce, Texas, the campus of Texas A&M Commerce. Red Ravens of Coffeyville Community College, the Apaches of Tyler Junior College. The Apaches leading 21-7. General Booty and his men back at work. Shovel pass trying to find something, and that time it was Juwan Morgan, the intended target, and that's worked. I mean, for the Apaches, they've been able to find a bit from that, but this
they've thrown the most shuffle passes I've seen in a while for one offense.
Oh, and that was
but that was smart. That wasn't a fumble.
No.
It was an incomplete forward pass.
That was a heads-up play from Booty. Saw there was nothing there. Right now, if you're Tyler, do you start thinking about the clock? Do you start thinking about...
A little bit.
That's something you're trying to take time off. We will see. They're a team that goes to the air, as they will here. Looking and caught somehow. Kelly Akiari comes away with it. A diving grab for the sophomore out of Irving.
Great catch and concentration down the field. This ball stays in the air a while. It's about a 50-yard pass in the air. Right on the money. See, that's you got to go. You know, we were talking about what the Red Ravens can do to stretch this field down, stretch the field and get downfield as well. And right there, the Apaches taking advantage of it.
Gary with a phenomenal grab, still on his feet. Somehow Torrance Burgess, their flag will come out as he was wrapped up around the helmet. That is one of the benefits of being 5'7". He can get underneath some of those tackles. In the case there, he certainly has the strength. We've seen it. He's been able to break tackles. He's been able to shake through.
Well, height doesn't exclude you from the weight room. It should not, by any stretch of the imagination. And right here, this could be tacked on. I don't think it's a hold, but we will find out.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
That is a huge penalty against Coffeyville. See it right there coming in. Big number 90, Nazir Breeden, freshman out of Wichita, Kansas. And down 14 in the fourth quarter, mistakes you can't make.
It doesn't look like half the distance to the goal. Half the distance would have only been a 7-yard penalty. That was a full 15, which it should have been, which it should
9
be.
9 yards on the play, 13 on the mark off. 1st and 10 from the 14.
13 is not half the distance, but okay.
Steve Foster Esquire.
And asked me to do math today, right? Oh, great play.
Burgess has it, and in for the touchdown. A beautiful pass on the money out of the backfield came Torrance Burgess and able to muscle across for the touchdown. 27-7, Apaches on top.
Nice little play fake, and then no one picks up the running back out of the backfield. And when they do, it's too late. The ball is thrown over the defense. And then, as you mentioned, the weight room paying off. Nice touch on the ball, too, by General Booty.
Put it on the money. PAT coming up and good. 28-7. TJC on top. Fourth quarter, the 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl.
My name's Kevin Hunt, and I teach construction technology at the Columbus Technical Center. Here we try to build at least one spec house. A lot of times we'll end up doing stuff for the city of Columbus also. We've done stuff for USD 493. So just anything that deals with construction, there's always somebody wanting something to do. And that's the great thing about this field is it doesn't take much money and tools. It just takes a knowledge of angles and how stuff works to go together, and anybody can make a really good living at it. We do what's called NCC ER training. It's a national certification. When a student graduates here, he's not only getting a certificate from Coffeyville Community College, but he's also getting a national credential. Along with the residential construction, we have started up a new class for heavy equipment operation. We've teamed with some local contractors in the area that have heavy equipment, and they've actually are letting our students come out usually about once a month and run some of the actual equipment hands-on, so they're getting the hands-on training. The simulator we have that's behind us is an excavator. It goes through all the procedures as far as digging a trench, placing pipe, loading and unloading it off the trailer, and the first thing students have to do is they have to go through a checkpoint. And on this particular piece of machinery, there's 54 points that they have to check and inspect before they can even turn the key to start it up. So it's just like the real thing and getting them ready to go for the real world. Primarily, most of our students come to us as juniors and seniors in high school because most insurance companies won't insure people on the job site under 18. So this is a prime opportunity for the students to get the training before they hit 18. They are able to come here as a post-secondary student. The construction program just really gives them a good jump start as a high school student. If they're just taking, elective classes, they come here instead.
10:22 remaining in the ball game. 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl. Glad to have you with us. And things, they have opened up here in the fourth quarter. The Apaches of Tyler Junior College putting their stamp on this one, Foss.
There's a need for some concern if you're a Red Ravens fan at this point.
There is indeed still over 10 minutes remaining, and the Red Ravens, they have time, but they've got to get something going, and this is how you do it. Big return across the 40 and up to midfield. Javier Batiste, the freshman from Louisiana. We will see where they mark him, but he is going to be just about at the 50.
And hopefully no flags. It's a great return. At a moment's notice, I was like, why are you taking this out? But then I really like the end of this play because
of the kicking team. That's your first and only warning.
Sideline warning there against Tyler. So a change in the signal caller as Will Bond comes on, the 6'1", 200-pound freshman out of Kissimmee, Florida from Celebration High School. Bond has seen action in 6 games. He's attempted 27 passes. He's only completed 13. They will bring him on. Bond short, had a man open, could not connect with Chris Bellamy.
Will Bone with the pass.
Well, good.
Chris Bellamy incomplete.
Good
Down,
look.
10.
Again, you got to execute. And that pass was thrown short to the sideline. And
See there briefly, getting another shot of Jackson Thompson, who is on the sideline, had his helmet off. Vaughn will come back on for his second play from scrimmage.
Gotta get this ball down the field somehow, some way. I'm just shocked that they didn't go back to the tight end. Tight end seam was there all evening.
Mackenberg, the lone touchdown today, and this one picked off, bobbled, not once, not twice, but picked off by Jalen Shelton, the freshman out of New London, Texas. The West Russ Raider with the INT.
And again, the ball sails this time. First one was short and looked like they were possibly going down in the seam area, but just a lot of folks there. And that ball just over the head of any intended receiver. And I love the fact that the elbows were down to keep that ball raised and up off the turf so that the officials could see that that ball was indeed intercepted.
Shelton from New London, Texas, the home of the original Friday Night Lights there at Bradshaw Stadium, the first lit football field. That is, in case you were wondering where the term comes from, there is some debate, but there shouldn't be. There's still 10 minutes remaining, but you're not going to say that is going to do it, but it is going to be, it was a hill to climb, and now it is a mountain for Coffeyville if they're going to get back into this.
There is a different perspective of urgency when you have to have a minimum of 3 scores.
Down to 21.
And if you're the Apaches, you're not rushing. You're letting time get off this clock.
They will hand things off. Morgan, the back, bounces it to the left. On Morgan, Conroe product. You're going to see a lot of Morgan and Burgess if I had to guess in this situation.
Tackled by Willie Jordan at the 36-yard line.
Take another look at the interception. Shelton, now the run from Morgan. Very bright futures for these young men.
Yes.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a few of them. Division I, Division II programs, and from what we've seen, some of the alumni, it'll be a false start going against the Apaches. I have a feeling some of these young men we may well see on Sundays as well.
Might need to ask the Rozier family how Mike got out there, because he passed up a lot of good schools on that East Coast that could have used a running back in Mike Rozier.
Pretty interesting. He departed the Garden State, the Jersey native, and
went west like Horace Greeley, and then made a move to Nebraska. The good life, as I found out, as I spent 3 glorious years.
Worked out pretty well for you.
Not bad, though.
Booty, again, taking to the air, incomplete.
Booty's pass incomplete.
Jalen Moore.
Landry Kinney.
Landry Kinney.
Second down 15.
Kinney out of Waco, listed as a quarterback, came on, and not the position he may often find himself in.
No.
Hit from Brendan Scott.
Got to catch that pass, though. You know, those aren't difficult ones. Again, you're going to have collisions and contact in football, so that's kind of a starting point, and then you can work everything else in from there.
Booty dropping back, good protection, pocket provided to him, and looking for Cooley.
Not a bad pass either. Again,
pass ball's incomplete, intended for Quaylen
good
Williams.
Defense. Don't want to take that away from the Red Ravens in the secondary, but it looked like the body was positioned well to shield the defender and go up and get this pass. But no, a good hand by the defender.
Marco Collins, the Overland Park, Kansas product, doing a very good job coming in.
County, baby.
Got the hand in there out of Blue Valley North.
Been there. It's a good little spot in KC.
Big fan of Kansas City. Fantastic place.
That's on the Kansas side.
It is.
OP.
Direct snap, Burgess. Torrance Burgess, he's continuing to put on a show tonight, is number 6 in black.
Good run, great call, great timing of that direct snap. And now people pushing each other. Remember, it's a bowl game. There's no need to get flagged in something in this capacity.
Referees designed to play
Burgess on the carry.
Burgess with it.
Adam Shipp and Willie Jordan.
Right you are, Red Ravens.
Down to the 46.
Not happy the way this
15 yards on the play.
is shaped up, but in a bowl game and final game of the year for these two sides. Again, very glad to be here. The Tips Champs, Heart of Texas Bowl. Glad you could be a part of it as well. Booty had Morgan in the vicinity.
Incomplete. Intended for Kaiwan Morgan. Jordan Crawford.
No, that was intended for the ground. It's just that Kaiwan Morgan just happened to be a local call.
he was close enough.
Yes.
Heads up play from Booty. You and I speculated that the Apaches may run some clock. That has not been the case.
Somebody's trying to get some bowl records or something. Who's going to throw this?
Booty has 3,100 yards coming in. He wants 35 by the end of today.
Possibly.
Back he goes. Pressure applied. And Morgan, I won't say the intended receiver, but close enough to count.
Right. But you're right. These incompletes are stopping the clock, meaning that there's certainly more time and opportunity if you are a Red Raven player, coach, and fan.
Coffeyville team, coaching staff, supporters still looking at 7:33 remaining, and quite surprising because Tyler got this possession. Figured they would be able to take at least 2 or 3 minutes off. Offsetting penalties, it appears.
Yes.
Offsetting penalties, 2nd down, 10.
Seen a few yellow flags this evening.
Well, the unsportsmanlike, man, it's
just
5,
about to say
5 calls.
It hasn't necessarily been the penalties, it's been the unsportsmanlike, and that is something you never want to see in any game. Maybe 1, 2, but 5, no reason for that.
It can get you tossed after the second. But I guess they've spread them out among the players, so you know it's
they're cognizant that they have one, so they'll let someone else pick it up.
It's like getting that foul and the first foul in 2 minutes, last 2 minutes for the NBA. It's just everybody picks that one up. Not the case here in football.
No, it certainly isn't.
We've got whistles. We've got
maybe a timeout. We'll see as the Apaches heading to the sidelines. Led by Thomas Hiroko. And he and his first-year offensive coordinator, A.J. Smith. Mentioned Smith took the job a week before training camp. Previously the offensive coordinator there in the Spring League for the Conquerors. Led by Jerry Glanville. So you're going from a man who wears black to a team that wears black.
He was set up perfectly.
Certainly didn't have to change his wardrobe. That much we know for sure.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen any of the Spring League?
I have. It's been impressive. And for me, the more football, the better. I'm pretty easy when it comes to that. If there's going to be more football out there, I'll be happy. And Coach,
they're kind of their CEO and kind of creator of the league. Brian Woods, great defensive back. College. One of my rivals.
3rd and 10. Pressure coming. Booty tucks it, will run and slide down just shy. Let's see where they mark him. It is going to be at the 48. But the clock continues to run.
Booty with the keeper.
Not enough for the first down.
8-yard line. It will be 4th down and 4.
Rocco, 3rd-year head coach of the Apaches.
Now the clock running under 7. And 6. Now, of course, if you're a Red Ravens fan, I mean, you just almost have to straight ball out to try to just tie this game, and it's going to take some onside kicks or some things to happen.
Seeing Wilson and Batiste, number 10 and 11 respectively, those are the guys you would imagine are going to be targeted, as this one will bounce through the end zone for a touchback. Down 21, 6:35 remaining.
First and 10 at the 20 for the Red Ravens.
I know that we're going to see a lot of running plays for Coffeyville.
No, but I think you're going to see more of a different quarterback, or the quarterback that we saw in the last series.
Right you are. Will Bond remains the quarterback. Sunshine State native who took over in the last series from Jackson Thompson.
Thompson had one touchdown pass to take the lead at 7-6 in the second quarter. But since then, it's been a rough road, Bubba. It's been a rough road, kid.
No points since that second quarter touchdown. Bond tucks it. Looking to run, and thought he was going to slide. Not the case. Is wrapped up by Ronnie Caldwell.
Will Bone with the carry, 10 yards before he's tackled by Ronnie Caldwell at the 30, and that'll be a Red Raven first down.
Unable to pick up the first. Clock continuing to tick down.
That's the biggest opponent now for the Red Ravens, as this play will probably be snapped and it'll be under 6 minutes.
And in motion. Bond keeps it, looking to pick up something. Very little there.
Bone with the carry, tackled by Austin Skoglund.
Skoglund with the tackle.
Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Precious seconds continuing to tick off.
This is when you need 40 and not 4. Because, again, 3 scores, 28-7 the score. And, you know, if you're the Apaches, you can just get 4 yards right on down the field.
You see that 5 defensive backs out there and everyone dropping back for the Apaches. Very happy to let them pick up 3, 4, 5 at a time.
Right.
Little pitch. Bobbled and brought down for a loss. Jacob Collins in on the tackle, and right you are. That was
Farmer with the carry, brought down
almost
by
disastrous. Farmer fortunate he was able to hold on to it.
And that's just someone who's focus and concentration with 5 minutes left to go in a game. Because you're thinking intuitively, we're going to throw this ball down the field. I mean, if you know, I'm a running back and I believe in me, but that would have been, you know, 70-plus yard touchdown run, and I'm not thinking the Apaches are going to give that up. And the pitch was backwards to start you off.
Timeout. 4:28 remaining in the ball game. It'll be 3rd and 13 for the Red Ravens. Certainly 4-down territory at this point. On over, getting a few words from his fellow quarterback Jackson Thompson. Again, glad to have your company for the 2021 Tips Champs Heart of Texas Bowl, and big thanks again to everyone involved in this. Blake Powell of the Powell Law Group, Dr. David Fitz of Tips, the Executive Director of Tips, and of course Coach Jack Welch, the founder of Champs. Great to be able to speak with them at halftime.
Great to see them, great to hear from them. And the message is positive, and it's very clear and direct, and they invite others to come alongside them to continue their efforts.
Right you are, my friend. Lifting others in the process. Out to Farmer. Farmer hurdles Shelton.
Good highlight.
Farmer at 6'2", 225. Showing off some hops there does Torrance Farmer.
Torrance Farmer, pushed out of bounds
And Shelton, who came up with that interception, he's not a small man, 6'2" himself.
Tell you what, being the offensive player, I love seeing those highlights when the defender just tackles nothing. I'm like, oh, that's another, oh yeah, I have appreciation. Because then, as we saw the tackle earlier in the second half, the posterization, oh my goodness, it's tit for tat.
Shelton coming off the corner, unable to get to it, and fair caught by the Apaches, Jordan Wallace. 3:50 remaining in the fourth. Right now, it is just a matter of time before the Apaches of Tyler Junior College are your 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl champions. Certainly a much quicker trip back to Tyler from Commerce.
Yeah.
It will be a much happier one as well.
Heck, you'd walk back if you win, It's like, hey, we're just celebrating this win. And
show off your trophy everywhere you go.
Get some free grub and keep moving, right? But if you're Coffeyville, good season. Didn't end the way you wanted, though.
No, again, came into tonight 6-2. We're the regular season champs of the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference.
And an unfortunate foul and penalty committed. So this is going to start at the 44 kit.
3:50 remaining. Booty dropping back, looking to pad those stats. Will not get the opportunity here, as that is through the fingertips of Williams.
That could have been a stat for Coffeyville. Almost. When the ball gets tipped like that, it is really anybody's ball, because now it's being misdirected from the intended receiver. No backup quarterback for Tyler JC.
No, they really haven't elected to run it. Morgan will take the handoff here. Juan Morgan across the 50 and into Red Ravens territory.
Morgan tackled by Jalen Taylor.
Now with under 3.5 remaining, looks like they will start to run the ball and ice this one for a victory.
Third and manageable. I think it's 4.
Third down and 4.
Boss, again, for the Apaches, give them credit. Whatever plan they introduced at halftime, they came out, they've executed it in the second half. Execution was an issue for both teams in the first half,
right.
Not the case for TJC here in the second.
Correct.
Pass complete to Landry Kinney.
Kinney brought down, and another flag comes in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Trayvon Stacker.
I think since he was close to out of bounds, the slinging of the player down is going to get you penalized. I said after the play on sportsmanlike.
Stacker, the linebacker out of Landry Walker High School, New Orleans.
First down for the Apaches.
Oh, no, there was some discussion. Yeah, once he tackled the receiver, then he kind of, in that last little
extra emphasis.
Yes. What I don't understand, you're down 3 touchdowns, so I don't know why you would have said much to them anyway.
You and I are on the same page. I remember a Little League coach of mine who said the only smack talk you need to do is pointing to the scoreboard.
If you're down 3 scores, I mean,
there's not a lot to say.
No.
Carry for a loss of 1. Tackled.
And again, now
at the 35, second down.
TJC letting that clock go.
Under 2.5.
And it's going to run a lot more because the coaching staff recognizes, but you never know. General Booty may take another shot.
This is one the coach tells you to hand it off. And
right,
say,
sure, coach.
Sorry, coach. I didn't get that one. And that is Booty to the air again. Target unable to come away with it. He was looking for
intended for Quaylen Williams.
Quaylen Williams, the sophomore out of Arkansas.
There was nothing but evil intent. This ball, if it would have been thrown just a little bit farther, may have resulted in another touchdown.
Brings up 3rd and 11, and clock stops.
And you can see now, as the receivers are having to switch in and out, that would have been the opportunity for a possible catch. But if this ball's in the air again, there's definitely a look.
Pressure coming and brought down, sacked was General Booty. Nazir Breeden, the freshman from Wichita South.
Loss of 8 on the play, 4th down, 19.
Breeden taking out some frustration on that sack.
Wichita, the birthplace of Barry Sanders. And if I'm not mistaken, is it also the former Kansas Comet? I'm not sure if he was born in Wichita. Gale Sayers.
I'll let you look that one up. I'm not entirely sure about that. Apaches to punt it away, just over a minute remaining. Result probably not in doubt. Looking to down this one, and Will somehow able to get to it. Rowdy Bailey, sophomore, another New Orleans product. Great coverage on the punt.
Punt's down at the 1-yard line.
Kansas Comet born in Wichita, Kansas.
1st and 10.
I didn't doubt you.
I doubted myself.
You said I'd let you look it up. I wasn't doubting you, my friend. I learned it long ago not to doubt you.
We do well together, Kit.
We do. I make myself look foolish enough. I don't need any added assistance. 1st and 10 from the 1.
Can one Midwestern city get Gale Sayers and Barry Sanders?
That is an embarrassment of riches. That is a lot. The handoff, and it tripped up at the line, able to fall forward for a few, is Dorian Lewis.
But absolutely they should. It's America. Kansas should have 2 of the greatest running backs to play
Dorian Lewis tackled by Torrey Phillips
of all time.
No argument here.
3.
They should have.
2nd down, 7.
And they did.
Fans, we remind you to stay off the playing surface and the track following the completion of the game.
Goes to show you,
stay
in America,
stands.
you come
All
from anywhere.
spectators, please remain in the stands.
You would imagine the final play of the ball game. Well, we say that, and
there's a flag.
Jumping the gun a little for the Apaches' big number 90, Torrey Phillips.
Somebody wanted to mess up your...
Mr. Phillips did not get the memo.
He did not. In a big way.
But at 6'6", 310 pounds, I'm not going to tell him otherwise.
So you can pretty much look him in the eye, but you just don't have the...
I can look him in the eye. He's got about 75 or 80 pounds on me.
Offsides against the Apaches.
Therein lies the difficulty for you.
To be honest, he's probably faster than I am too. That's not a good. It doesn't bode well for me, my friend.
No, sir.
Makes the pitch to Lewis. Pressure coming. Bond scrambles, able to find a way through. Still on his feet, up across the 20 and out of bounds with 8 seconds remaining on the clock.
They're all messing with you. That's not. They're like, no, Mr. Announcer. That's not the final play of this ball game.
I do not prognosticate. I do not gamble. These are things that I know I do not have control over. I enjoy it when people tell me or ask me who I think will win. I say I have absolutely no idea. As you see, Petrarco, he is about to be showered with Gatorade. The only question is what flavor. Got to be lemon lime, right? Oh, the kids don't like that. That's an old.
I like lemon lime.
Oh, come on. How can you not? It's classic. Kids have all the frosts and different flavors these days. So I sound like an old man here, which I am. Bond just go ahead and heaves that one up into the air. It is caught, Baptiste, but that will do it. And the Tyler Junior College Apaches, your 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl champions. The final, TJC over Coffeyville, 28-7.
Great game, but a lot of TJC and they are going to celebrate a well-deserved victory. And everybody has fun at a bowl game. I did, so why not these student athletes in 2021?
Again, take the opportunity to thank Blake Powell and the Powell Law Group, Dr. David Fitz of Tips, Jack Welch of Champs, along with our entire crew, everybody on the ground, everyone back in the studio. For my partner, Stephen Foster, I'm Kit McConico. The 2021 Heart of Texas Bowl in the books. The Apaches of TJC, your champions, 28-7.